Yo, what's up, everybody? Andrew here. Real quick, before the podcast begins, I wanted to let you know that before you get into this, there are some spoilers for Bad Boys 3, so if you haven't seen that movie yet, do avoid this episode. But if you've seen the movie, great. Go ahead and continue watching and listening however you're enjoying this episode. That's all, folks. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Andrew on the Andrew Stedl Podcast, and I got our special guest here today, Sebastián, or as some of you from Double Toasted community might know him, Honey Mustard.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going?
And, it's good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. It's a good night. It's a good time right now.
Good night. Good night to be alive. I know.
Right. I mean, with everything going on right now.
Oh, jeez.
Sure.
With all the stuff going on in the world.
Yeah, the planet is still going to be here tomorrow? I don't know.
Apparently, we're going to have all the viruses out and, stuff's going on the political spectrum and all that shit. Oh, my gosh.
Coronavirus, non-sponsored. But...
No, we are not sponsored, although Corona is a very tasty beverage.
Oh, it's tasty. It might kill you, but it's pretty tasty.
Well, it might kill you, apparently, but... Also,
Corona.
Hashtag Simpsons predicted this.
Oh, no.
They really did, though. It was weird. I looked into it and I was like, whoa.
Dude, I'm just like, should I even leave my house tomorrow?
No. God, because I remember the first time I went down to Texas and God, Texas was dying. The water was broken. I remember all that. That was...
getting started. This place is crumbling down, but hey, we're still going.
Hey, we're still here. They thought we were going to die in 2012, but look at this. We're still living.
Skip a couple more years.
We'll
Trump
be
was
all right.
fucking up. Oh, whoops. Trump politics.
Uh-oh. Shit. Uh-oh. The mega hat wearers are gonna kill us now.
Forget us. Come find me. Come at me. Nah.
Come at us. No, we all here. We're gonna make it pretty clear. We don't like Trumpy here. So if you like him, leave.
And if you have some kind of value point, I'll kind of hear it, but I'll still be like,
we'll hear you out at least. No. We're not saying you can't have an opinion. No. If you want to have a political opinion, no, that's all right.
Nah, it's cool, but there's some people go to some way horrible extremes, and
Oh yeah, no, I've dealt with that. I won't name any people, but I've talked to some people who are really aggressive about it, and I'm like, I gotta be quiet.
It's like, composure.
I want to wear this Pandeo shirt that says Trump on it, but no.
No. No, we'll not get into that. We're politic free.
No. I think we kind of just made it not politics, aren't we? Made it. Nah. Let's get into how you and me met first, so that people know how we're friendos and all that stuff.
Oh, interesting.
We met I think the first time that you and me had a conversation was 2018 during the not official Double Toasted anniversary party that was canceled last minute, but it showed up.
That's true, canceled, but people still showed up. And Corey was like, well, still got it, I guess.
We're going to use the funds to get this club area, I guess.
Oh, no, yeah. We did the pub crawl, which is...
Yeah, that was insane. I don't think I'd ever do that again. No, I will. Just not quite as excessive as I did it that time, because it was a little extreme.
Oh, I mean, I've lost some people that night. I'm like, what happened?
Oh my god! Everybody I started with somehow I lost them, and then I found them, and then I lost them, and then
It disappeared. It was insane. Oh no! But please do tell them the insanest part of the whole night, which kind of bonded us a little.
Oh no! I think that was the next night that we did the
next
party.
night?
Correct? Yes, we did the karaoke the next night, and then randomly Mia was like, "Let's go to a house party." Verbatim, that's how it was. She was screaming it out in the air, and I'm like, "All right." So I rode with Eric there, and I was like, "Let's go ahead and go there." I guess I've never been to a house party. not.
God. And there's some people that can attest to this, like
it's not
Daniel.
Just you and me that were there. There was a lot of people.
Daniel and Eric was there, right?
Eric was there. Who else? I know that
a lot of toasties were there.
What was his name? Ganja was there for sure.
Yeah, the Chat Attack crew. For a little bit, I don't know. I kept losing people
because he was in there, and I was right about to tell him like, "Hey, your favorite stuff is in this room," and I couldn't find him. So I was like, "What?"
Odd.
And for some reason, I accepted this random girl was obviously inebriated with alcohol. She was like screaming and running, and she was like, "Who wants tequila shots?" Oh my God. And I made the mistake after everybody said no. I think it was you she asked last before me, and then she went up to me and I was like, "Oh, why not? Sure, I'm here on vacation."
Wait, was she the girl that approached me and put me in a corner? And like,
whoa, hold on, I didn't hear this part.
Oh, you didn't know this part? Oh,
no, okay. Maybe you didn't. I just didn't remember.
No, literally, just the second I stumbled into the house, I just entered. There's this girl who just looked at. She was very drunk, and she just looked at me, and he was like, "Hey," just talking to me, asking me questions, and she just cornered me there because I was following you guys, I think. And she just cornered me out.
I think so. Because we didn't know what to do. Because some of us were kind of like a little bit inebriated, but not like to the point where we were like where we couldn't talk or anything. We could still talk and everything. So it was
but I was
we were all good.
So comfortable. I was like, can I just? I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to get.
And I was trying to talk to people, but like everybody I walked up to, like didn't seem to either acknowledge me or they just kind of like were talking, but not like they were slurring like heavily, and they were obviously heavily inebriated.
People were so drunk. I'm sure some people were coked out.
I'd like to think that. I think a lot of people were smoking marijuana, which I know is a big thing not to say in Texas. Like, don't say that.
I mean, am I wrong with the assumption that it looked like a trap house? I mean, come on. It did.
I mean, Corey literally almost got into a fight with somebody.
It did.
Yeah. Apparently, it was all good, so I was like, oh, good. All right.
Oh my God.
Jeez, I don't have to go to jail for Corey. God, no.
I missed that sweet spot, that fight. I missed that. I don't know.
I was outside. See it personally happen, but like I saw the aftermath of the guy running out, and I heard him smacking on the wall, and then Corey had an angry look on his face, and I went up to Corey immediately. Was like, "Hey man, are you all right?" And I put my arm around him. "You all right, man? You good?" And he's like, "No, man, this guy tried to like hurt me. He was like trying to smack me." I was like, damn. And then I don't know, man. It was insane.
I will never forget that day. Oh my God, 2 years ago. I can't believe that.
It's hard to think that it doesn't feel like it was 2 years ago when I think about it. It's like, jeez, man.
Time just flies, dude.
As Juice WRLD likes to say, time really goes fast, 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 fast. And that's actually true. It does.
That's true. It goes so fast. Now we're like in February already. I'm like, oh no.
I'm like,
slow down.
Slow down. No. I want to try and get my shit together. No.
Yes, like please. Can I still be young for a little bit? Can I like the world's going to shit? Can I just enjoy it?
And then they're talking about World War III and shit, and I'm like, no,
dude,
please no.
By the way, what would you do if they try to draft you for that? Would you try to get yourself out?
See, I don't know, man, because I thought I read somewhere that like there's specific laws that like they could possibly do it, but like I don't know, man. I'm not educated enough on it, but I would like it depending on what they want me to do. I don't know.
No,
because I don't know.
No, I
don't
say
necessarily want to go to war, but like I respect people who make that decision willingly, wanting to go though. Like, don't get it twisted. I respect like troops that actually go out there and do the shit that they're offering to do, but I don't know if I per se do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big supporter of the military. You know that.
I mean, we need to get the hell out of there at this point. Yeah, it's like
get
the fuck out of there.
Yeah, we don't need all this military stuff. But I'm not getting into that. But the whole thing is like, if they do get me, I'll be like, just arrest me. I'll just can I have my phone, please, at least, and a Wi-Fi.
I think. Well, the thing is, I think if you go to war, you still can have a phone. I think. I think that's actually how it works.
It's like, just take me to prison. As long as I can take my phone to my jail, yeah, I could be fine.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics of that. I think that like in certain jails, yeah, but not like in normal prison. You know, like 6ix9ine.
No.
Yeah, of course they have like. No, not even in that. 6ix9ine is like in actual prison, not like a fancy schmancy prison.
No, but I would warn the military for just right now. Like, if you do take me, I will be MIA. Just letting you know. I'm not gonna be there. I'm leaving that shit. You're not gonna see me in the battlefield. I'm out.
I'm gonna like abandon it like Ted Nugent, man. I'm gonna be like running away. God, that's a whole conversation to get into. How he fucking shit himself or something. Apparently, like bragged about it. It was a weird video to watch.
He's a whole other thing. Ted Nugent.
He's like, I think Ted Nugent's like an alien sent from like space to try and He's like, I make some pretty cool music, but I say some outlandish stuff.
He says some outlandish stuff, and that people, man, people.
Man, that's just because I don't know if he's truly been sober, but like I've read about people who like are sober for years and like they still have the effects of what they did back in the day because like their brain can never get back to that normal state. That's the thing.
No, I'm convinced like once you get famous, you lose your mind. That's
mostly.
I mean, look what's going on with everybody.
I used to think Kanye West was normal, and then I don't know what happened.
He got crazy. I mean, listen to every report nowadays of like, oh, this celebrity did this, the celebrity said this, the celebrity is doing this. I'm afraid to be famous. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't want to lose my sanity.
The only like a normal-ish one right now, like as far as not like music-wise, but like as a person, I don't know. Billie Eilish seems pretty like normal. Yeah. She's just just like a teenager making music. Like, yeah, I'm all right.
Like, hopefully she sticks that way, but
I hope. I mean, Lorde was also in the same camp, and she seemed to be all right. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to Lorde?
I don't know. She like made 2 albums, and I guess she's continuing to go on tour and like just kind of relaxing. So I don't know. She's already made her money, so
that's true. I don't know if I say I missed her, but I was like, what happened to her?
She wasn't like terrible, but like I'd heard it before, so I was like, eh. And honestly, Billie Eilish is a little bit better, like a little bit better.
Yeah. But Lorde was pretty good. I liked her music. I was like, oh, this is sweet. I like her voice. Like the beats are pretty fun. It's like, I like her.
And she was kind of against the industry until her like second album, and then it was like, what is this? No.
Yeah. I guess that was just the last one. She went that direction, but
she didn't go full Taylor Swift, I guess.
Oh my God! Like, do you think is Taylor Swift culturally appropriating?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because I saw that.
I'd say so.
Topic. I saw that topic
because she like did country albums for. This is like similar to like Miley Cyrus, who did like country albums and then like the rap thing. I think it's most definitely like that. Like okay, if she wants to like make a different type of music and like actually is into that. Mm-hmm. That's fine. People like Ed Sheeran did that because he's always like wanted to do like rap music and stuff. Like he's always been into that. But
exactly.
but like they had the stigma of he's like a a British guy, like he can't do that, and it's like, well, that's different, But with Taylor Swift, it's like she's using that music because it's popular at the moment, and then she's just like, well, I'm kind of done. So
exactly, because it's similar to the reason I thought about this is Awkwafina, who's up and comer comedian / actress.
I know about her. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
her movie. It wasn't bad, but
No, it wasn't bad.
I
It's
thought
just your
I
stick.
I thought she was hoking it up for Crazy Rich Asians a little bit. I really
Uh,
did,
dude, that
just a
was.
little bit.
Oh yeah, it's just it was almost on the surface there. Like, okay,
Who
really?
was the
No.
guy from The Hangover? He was kind of doing it too, a little bit.
Oh, Kim Jong. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like him a lot, but he typically does this thing where he just uses this crazy accent because people like
Mm-hmm.
it out of him. And when he
Yeah.
I've seen him in movies like The Duff, where he just talks normal and he is a character that I actually care about.
Yeah, because they think, oh, let me do this voice. It's cool and funny. I'll get some money, and then I'll drop out. I'll drop that phase out because it gave me to this point
the
that I am
thing,
right now.
well, the thing is, he got typecasted as that after The Hangover. That was the problem. He
That's
thought,
true.
oh, I'm gonna go on to better things, and then eventually now he has. He's kind of out of movies, and he's doing stand up now, and he's like an actual doctor apparently.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
oh
know that.
yeah. He's a real good. Apparently, he's a really good doctor. I'm like,
I
okay.
was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know.
Apparently, no, because he was a doctor before he was a comedian.
Right, correct.
So, so it's very interesting. It's fascinating
It's like an
how he
opposite
got to
Joe
this.
Rogan.
Yo, it's Joe Rogan, man. Like, that's
He's
another thing.
another he's another can of worms. I don't get him a little bit. I respect a little bit about him because he's not afraid to have anybody on the podcast, but I'm like,
Hmm.
we don't need to have Alex Jones on here a million
Oh,
times.
thank you.
No,
Thank you for
please,
saying that. Thank
please
you.
don't give him a platform.
Thank you. Because, dude, a lot of people, I mean, cool. They love his content. Nice. But I don't like Joe Rogan. I'll just say that. I don't like him. He's just,
Here's the thing. I like some of the people he brings on. I'm
yes.
cool with him bringing on Andrew Yang. That's cool. But
Hmm.
no, we don't need to have Alex Jones.
No. But I mean, if he's friends with Ari Shafir, it just makes you wonder, like, how he is as a person, you know?
The thing is, as far as I understand, so Alex and Joe are friends from before he did all this crazy shit.
Hmm.
Apparently, they were friends, so that's how that happened. And by the way, since you talked about Ari Shafir, fuck Ari Shafir. Let's get that out
Yeah.
of the way.
Yeah. Fuck.
This is a relevant topic we need to talk about
Yes.
because he proceeded to think that the talking shit about Kobe Bryant was hilarious and bringing up the controversies, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, not the time.
Yeah, it's not the
This is
time.
not the time at all. Not never is the time. That joke is not funny. Oh, I'm happy he's dead. I'm like, dude, no, don't
Yeah,
do
and like
this.
not even as a joke. That's not cool. Don't say like, "Oh, I'm proud of someone's death and fuck him. I'm glad his helicopter crashed." I was like, "Whoa, come on, man!"
The
Like,
thing is, if he has that personal opinion about Kobe Bryant's team and all that, that's all fine. If you don't like his team, you can
hmm
express that if you'd like, but don't go on a public platform and just say, "Oh, I'm happy he's dead" as a joke. That's not. There's nothing funny about that. Not even the
no,
way you said it. No, I don't get this guy. I don't know how he has a career at all.
no, me
Honestly, I'm a
neither.
little confused.
Especially after his movie he did inappropriate comedy. Have you seen that movie?
God, that's been years ago though. That was
Yeah,
2012, and I was surprised to see that he had a career after that. I was like,
right.
this guy. People actually they're closeted fans who go to his stand-up shows and they think he's funny. Apparently,
Yeah,
he's he's
it's
like the Pauly
absurd.
Shore of our generation. I swear, these
Oh,
closeted
yeah.
fans like him. And Pauly Shore's a little different. He wasn't he was not funny, but not to the point of being offensive. It wasn't
Yeah.
racist or anything.
It's actually, yeah, Pauly Shore was that I know of. It's not a racist, so
I
that's
know he's
points
made
for
some
him.
outlandish comments in the past, but nothing
Oh yeah,
that
not
bad.
yeah, not Shafir level.
He apparently commented about being angry at Adam Sandler for being more famous, and I'm like, dude, stop complaining and do something with your life. Come on, man.
Oh my God,
Sandler's out here working, despite how you feel about certain movies. He's pumping out movies every week. I swear.
that's true, dude. Come on, Sandler. I wish he would just. He started on a good path. Now he's reversing back to the old monstrous Sandler.
I will say, Uncut Gems was pretty great. That was a great movie. I
Yeah,
loved every
it's
second of
like
it.
it set him off in a good path. I'm like, keep it going, Sandler. We're doing
And he
good.
made he made a joke that was
Ah, shit, I'm not getting an Oscar. Gotta go back to shit movies. And I'm like, I know he's joking, but people are gonna
but
have a
did you
field
hear
day
that
with that.
he has a new deal with Netflix? A new contract?
I know he does because Netflix likes the outcome of the views that they were getting with his movies, so they're gonna renew it.
So that
Which
means ridiculous.
means,
Yeah.
here's the thing: we're gonna get less Sandler flicks in theaters that are shit, which is better that it's straight to Netflix. We don't have to have Double Toasted watch it. We don't have to have
That's
anybody go
true.
to the theater and watch it.
No.
You can just sit at home and watch it. And yeah, Tyler Perry did the same thing, and yet they still watched it. But of course, they're gonna watch that movie. It's shit.
Dude, that movie, I haven't seen it yet, but it's just fascinating to
Terrible.
me. A
It's,
Fall from Grace.
I mean, it's so bad that I I say you need to watch it before you die. That's how bad it is. To understand how bad production wise it is. And what upsets me is he has these actors that I've seen in things that I've enjoyed,
Mm-hmm.
like Mekhi Brooks. I've enjoyed him in things before.
Yes.
God, he's the only thing that makes it bearable because he puts in an okay performance at best.
Oh my God.
And
Even the
the
stool he puts on his head.
the meme is hilarious though of him yelling at his wife,
Oh.
ashtray, ashtray, bitch.
Asterisk, bitch. I mean, it's hilarious.
The wig is terrible though that they put on him. I'm like, that is such a bad wig.
It's true.
What is that?
Oh my! The one thing that killed me was the screenshot they used for a phone call.
Yeah, that was bad.
Come
I
on,
looked at that.
Perry.
I was
Come
like, come
on.
on, man. You got the money to make this look better.
That's what pisses me off more than say Adam Sandler, because
Because
Perry
Sandler,
has the money.
because Sandler, at least he puts somewhat effort into set designs, and at least
Mhm.
the movie looks okay. And he's not cheap enough to use a screenshot of a phone. Like he
No.
used the effort to use fake text message apps, of course, which
Yes.
is a better effort than taking a fucking screenshot.
Great. And
Um,
apparently not caring about editing anything. It's like, let's just
nope,
leave it how it is. Oh,
nope, nope,
this
nope.
just pisses me off. And he knows it. He knows that people will still watch his content. He'll still
Yep,
get money.
because it got over 20 million views on Netflix. So of course that was a good call for him. He knew
Oh,
that was going to happen.
dude, his next goal is to make a movie in a day and release it the next day. That's what's he gonna do.
The thing is, he doesn't care if people complain about it because he's
No,
still going to make these shitty movies. He doesn't give a shit. He's
no.
going to churn them out.
He even admitted that he does not want to get time to make proper wigs. He doesn't
Nope.
care. He
It's
doesn't want to make money on
it's
that.
disappointing because as much as I don't love the early Medea movies, I saw somebody who gave a shit a little bit about the sets at least. Like the
Yeah.
movie looked like a movie back in the day, and the quality started to dip. I think it all started with protection program. That's when I noticed it
Hmm.
was shot in one house and they didn't move anywhere else, and they had it as an excuse because it's in a protection program agency. So that's the
Yeah.
excuse for having it in one house. That's the excuse.
Hmm.
That was when it started. And then, of course, the Halloween one. That was when it
Oh.
got terrible. Because it seems like he puts a little bit more effort into the ones that aren't Medea movies. Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah,
But not like a
now,
lot.
yeah, now it's like whatever.
God,
People are gonna watch my stuff.
That Taraji P. Henson one was fucking weird.
Oh, that's what I hear. I hear glorious things.
It's so convoluted that I'm like, who let him release this in a theater?
I want to do a double feature of that movie and A Fall from Grace. That's what I want to
You
do.
know what? You should do a double feature of that one and Kinky, because that fucking movie.
Oh, fuck.
Let me set the record straight that I saw that movie in a theater, wasted my money to sit down in a Regal cinema to see how bad this was for real, because Corey sold me on this. I'm like, all right, it's got to be that bad. Well, I can report it's that fucking bad.
Looking like it was recorded with a fucking a video camera from 2004.
That's the thing. They don't know how to edit things because they use long ass shots that are so badly edited. You'd think it was a YouTube live movie, Red movie or whatever. You'd think it was a low effort budget, like less than $1 million. And they have these actors like saying the most ridiculous, stupidest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Talk about also the sex scenes, the wet sex scenes. There's barely any nudity, if anything.
Oh yeah, apparently, yeah. Trying to top 50 Shades of Grey, couldn't even do that.
Like 50 Shades of Grey, at least put the effort in of having a body double at least.
That's right. And this one is like, no, we're gonna keep our clothes on all the time.
Like the best you get is a character holds a dildo and giggles about it, and you get like an ass shot for 5 seconds. That's it.
Hey, you got something.
Half of the sex scenes are literally like, what is it, dreams. They're not even real.
Wait, what? Dream?
Yeah. Like she's dreaming about this or having a fantasy. It's not even really happening.
Oh, that sounds like a Cinemax episode. What?
Even Cinemax puts more effort in though.
Oh yeah, oh my god. Those were the times. Those were the times.
I'd rather watch Game of Thrones season 8 sex scenes. I don't know if there is. I'm way behind. I don't know. Don't get mad at me, Thrones fans. Then watch that again.
Oh, speaking of Arya, man, that commercial. Did you understand that commercial?
Absolutely fucking not.
Am I the only one who understood that commercial?
Apparently.
Because okay, this is what I understood from it, and I guess we can segue this to our topics right now. But from what I got from that commercial, because she was in the traffic jam, and it was like a lot of exhaust fumes were coming up to her car. She was like suffocating in there, and then she starts singing "Let It Go," but she's driving an electric car, basically saying, "Let go of the old ways, drive, cars that they put gas on it, and get some electric cars, especially Audis." That's what I get it. That's what I got from it. Like, let it go.
Yeah, that's what I basically got out of that one. That was one of the more ones I was like, kind of like, eh.
It could have been done way better or just completely different because it was odd. It was really odd. I mean, I don't know why they chose her to sing that song and these other random people to sing it to. I was like...
And they could have had, like, Kristen Bell actually singing it, of course.
Right? Oh, that would have been fantastic. Not that Macy Williams... It's not that she's not a good singer.
No, she's a good singer, but that was a little bit of a weird choice.
It's true, but Kristen Bell, she would have been like, oh my god, another level for me, at least.
Kind of like the Planters Peanuts commercial. I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
Who was it? Who was that guy? Was it? Jeez, I'm blanking on his name. It was the guy who played Blade. I can't remember his name.
Oh, you mean one of the guys that they were driving with? The guy from,
that's what it was. Wesley Snipes was in that one. That was a little weird.
Yeah, well, Wesley Snipes. Because, like, okay, they got me at first because I was like, oh, where are they going with this? But then the outcome was so cheap and pointless. Because, spoiler alert, he comes back to life as a baby.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, come on, man. And I was like, Wesley Snipes needs a better agent. This commercial is terrible.
Because I was happy for him singing in Dolomite movie. He was so good in that movie.
Oh, he was really good. Oh, jeez, that movie is amazing.
I love that movie. But
of course, it's not factual, but like, it's a really good movie. Now, if you're expecting a Rudy Ray Moore story, no, don't watch that movie.
Oh yeah, it's not. Eddie Murphy's not Rudy Ray Moore, but he's funny in it,
He's good. He's good.
He's entertaining.
I love how they show Rudy Ray Moore at the end, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make me like...
Yeah, looks nothing and sounds nothing like him, but we'll ignore it.
I'm glad they're bringing attention to Rudy Ray Moore, though, because that's a guy that needs attention. His films were interesting.
So he's an auteur, man. He was an auteur. His movies are crazy.
So many rappers sampled him in the 90s and early 2000s. They had respect for him, and his career was kind of bad after the 70s and didn't get enough credit.
No.
The effort he put in.
Yeah, the effort and the creativity they put behind his movies is it's something I admire a lot. People should kind of strive for what he did.
Yeah, Petey Wheatstraw was probably one of the most interesting ones he did.
Oh yeah, but
it was a weird ass movie watching it. I was like, wait a minute, so he's a gangster and he gets murdered and makes a deal with the devil and that was a little bit of a weird one. I was like, that takes effort to make a story like that.
No, it was great. And Disco Godfather, don't forget that classic.
Jeez, that movie is kind of a mess, but yeah.
Keith David's initial performance.
Supposedly, he did, even when they interviewed him, he was like, I don't remember being in that movie.
No, he will deny it.
I'm sure somebody will find it. Somebody will find it somewhere. Because IMDb has not deleted it, so I'm sure he's somewhere.
Well, I find it so absurd. Come on, live up to it. Say that you did it. What's the deal with that, man? It's not
he was even throwing shade during the interview. He was like, well, I don't remember that movie.
I was like, come on.
I was like,
it's Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore. He's a legend. You're not gonna want to embrace that part.
Can we talk about how weird that interview was a little bit? He was evasive on questions. He was a little evasive. It was weird.
Intimidating, at least. Yes.
He wasn't taking it very seriously the whole time.
No. Because maybe he thought it was a little, I don't know, a little jokey thing, not too serious. But he was very offensive. Not offensive. I mean, defensive. Defensive. That's a word.
Yeah, he just whenever they asked him, he would answer questions pretty well. He was like, "Oh yeah, working on the thing or They Live, that was pretty fun," and he'd explain things. But then whenever he'd be asked "Oh, do you pick this movie and all that?" He was like, "I don't know, man. It was a job."
No.
It's such a weird way to answer that question.
It's so awkward because it kind of intimidates me to even interview celebrities. Because I know that they do this almost all the time, getting into different interviews, getting asked the same questions. But it's come on, you're being paid just to sit there and talk. Don't
exactly. Oh, man.
Come on, don't complain that much.
Yeah, no, they've done some pretty more interesting interviews after that. The guy from the Wakanda movie. That was a pretty good interview.
That was good. I'll commend them for their interviews. They're very insightful. They're very fun, and that's also I strive to do. Make different, unique interviews. Don't make the same shtick. The same So what'd you do today? I heard that you bought a new Lamborghini, man. Oh, I love it. You know what? That bullshit that they do on TMC. I fucking hate that shit.
Oh, what show is that? I haven't watched TMC in years, man. Honestly,
it's those stupid questions they'll ask on junkets. The most generic.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I hate when they do that.
I used to watch the Walking Dead ones because they were somewhat interesting to hear celebrities talk about it, but junkets can be a hit or miss depending on who the person is.
Exactly. Oh, so you mean Talking Dead? That's what you mean?
Yeah. No, the Talking Dead is cool. I like stuff like that where it's a round table of the actors talking about what they're doing. That's pretty cool. Or people who love it.
I do I don't like how it's so protective. They can't say anything negative. I understand why, but it just doesn't feel as authentic. It's
that's where I get well, okay, no, they're paid to not do that. So that's
and again, it's on their channel. They can't. I mean, why talk shit about your product? But
because they're very proud of it. That's the thing. They're they think it's an A material and. God, I stopped watching after season 4 though.
Oh, season 4, I don't blame you. Season 4 was probably the worst season of the whole show. It was some garbage.
Honestly, the video game is kind of better at this point.
Oh
the
yeah,
Telltale game is so much better.
Love, dude. That first season blew me away.
Blew
me away.
God, because they like they give you this immersive like reality with Lee and everything, and like you get to know him as a character, and then when the events
Yes.
happen of his demise, you're like,
Yes.
well, shit, damn, it's like
It's
I'm watching a show when I see him die. It's like, holy fuck, I actually learned everything about him and I cared about him, and then
hmm
when they like make you do that, it's like, oh Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, and I'll give them that they made me feel emotions that I don't feel for other properties that much, and just
If you can make me sympathetic with somebody who apparently is a murderer, like that's a good job.
yes, it was. Love that game. It's still one of my favorites of probably it's a generation for now, at least.
Season 2 is also pretty emotional though. Like I
Oh,
love
it's
how
really
they
good.
start it. I love how they started with like Clementine and the other two people that got away. And
Yeah.
it's literally in the first 10 minutes of the episode where they just kill them off and I'm like, "Holy fucking shit."
Yes. and,
They had
and like
no bars. They were like, "Nope.
no,
These characters you like gone."
gone. And like I didn't play season 4, but did they come back? Because like at least for
Uh
my one
they
of
are very
my
much dead.
endings. Oh, okay. Because like one
No, I think
decision.
I don't remember the character's name, but it's the hillbilly character. They very much
Oh,
say he's a hillbilly because like he says
oh,
things that
Kenny.
are like you can't say that. Yeah, Kenny.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, you do
he's
learn
very
more
much
about
redneck.
Kenny. You do learn a lot more about him, so you're like, he's not that bad. It's just
Yeah.
he's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
he has to
I
kill his own
love Kenny.
kid, and then like his wife kills him herself and all that.
hmm
Like, oh Jesus, man.
Yeah, I love Kenny, but he's such an asshole. He's such an asshole. He gets mad for no reason sometimes, and he's very volatile and gets other people in trouble or killed.
Yeah, that was a like when that happened, I was like, oh Jesus.
But he still has a good side. I'm like, he's a sweet father. He's a sweet guy. That's what I love about that games. Is very
It
very
makes you
complex.
question who's the good person and who's not. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
That's what I loved. I did you play season 3?
I have played season 3, yes.
No,
I
that was
have the
yes.
whole collections now,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's how
Season
I
three.
played the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what kind of dropped for me a little bit. Season 3, not terrible, but
Yeah, I did notice a dip in quality in the story a little bit, but that's because they were going through problems. That's the thing.
oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, they were like that was when Telltale was kind of like having issues because they had
Um,
so much on their plate. They were going to do the Stranger Things, and then like they were doing the Minecraft at the same time,
oh, the
and then Wolf
Minecraft.
Among Us, which
hmm
apparently is coming back for another season, which I'm
Yeah,
happy
apparently.
about.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was a
I'm
good
very
one.
happy. And apparently, Telltale is back again, so I'm happy for that. Like,
It's unfortunately it's not the same team, so I'm
oh,
a little bit worried. But the way they finished the story for Walking Dead, I'm satisfied with the way they ended it.
hmm, okay. I haven't touched it yet, but I'm kind of afraid to get into that season because man, I love this game so far. I don't know how they're gonna how they concluded Clementine's story because I love that character.
I want to say, but like the way they did it, I'm like,
Satisfying.
okay, that's fine. I think you can get different endings. I don't quote me on that. I don't know 100% since I haven't replayed it yet. I've still been like kind of lingering on it. Like, do I want to try that again?
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Now you're selling on it. You're selling me on it. I kind of want to.
It's a little bit weaker than the earlier seasons, but it's not bad per se at all. Like it's
Okay.
still a good season.
Would you say it's better than season 2?
Oh, that's difficult to say. That's
Hmm.
hard to say. That's subjective. I don't know.
Okay. Because season 2, man, I was surprised by that season. Because I thought, I'll still play, but I don't think they're gonna get that level of season 1. But I still fell in love with the characters and fell for them.
Because
I
season 2
was,
is pretty strong. It's a pretty good follow up. That's the
yeah,
thing.
I love that season. It was great. I love Jane. She's one of my favorites. She was
If
cool.
anything, the DLC add-ons are completely unnecessary and
Oh
not.
yeah.
I thought like it's cool that like I get to know these characters who like come into the actual like game, but like this is not needed. I don't need this for like $5 extra. That's not
I mean,
required.
yeah, that first DLC was, I'll say it was some bullshit because they made it
It
seem that they're gonna
was.
get into this game, the season 2, and they did, but
They
not like it
did.
was intended.
And like, I'm happy that it's included on the collection, but like, I didn't bother replaying it because it was not required from my
No,
memory. I was like, no.
like the
I
one
mean,
character.
the Michonne one's fine. I like that one
Oh, the show.
enough.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I don't think it was great, but they did the best they could.
Okay, because I thought from that first DLC, I mean, it was kind of a little boring. It seemed, but the one character that made it out of there that had some relevance to the story was I forgot her name, the red haired woman.
I forgot, honestly, at this
Forgot her
point.
name, but she had a relevancy to the story, and the rest were like, oh, here's a quick cameo, and like, what does that have to do with the story? It's nothing.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I spent 30 minutes with one character to just see them for a quick second, and they added nothing.
I
Like,
really hate to say it, but like, if anybody wants to even check out that DLC, it's not even worth like actually playing through. Like, if you don't have the collection, just watch it on
no.
YouTube. I hate to say that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did. I just watched it on YouTube. I'm like, okay, that was something. It's I don't
Because
know.
that's the way Telltale got bankrupt. Was a lot of people. Some people would buy it and then they would like stream it on YouTube, and that's kind of how they went bankrupt in the first place. And everybody started supporting them last minute. It
Yeah,
was
and
too late.
and I felt for them because they did some good stuff. Like Batman was probably the last good thing I played for them. That was good. I mean, it
I don't
wasn't
remember
that good.
liking that, but I'd have to give it another chance.
I mean, no, season one I didn't like it. Apparently, season two was strong. That's what I heard. It was really good.
Because
So
I
I,
remember a friend got it for me, and like I just couldn't like get into it, and I tried, and like I just didn't like the way they were going with it. Like they were going for a more violent Batman, and I was like,
oh yeah,
that kind of breaks the rules of Batman. I don't know, man.
yeah.
But
He was a little violent, but he was almost the same as Batman. But yeah, I didn't like the whole. At first, it caught me off guard. The whole idea of switching some characters, like the Penguin. He's like a younger, like CEO guy. Harvey Dent is like a huge jock. He looks like he's stupid as fuck, but he's not. I'm like, what is these choices? This is so weird, but
it's kind of like the Gotham show on CW, where it's like they took liberties with everything, and like
Mhm.
there's like characters that you know, but like I hate the whole reveal of like you think it's the Joker, but it's not.
Oh,
I hate that
yeah, I
reveal at the
hated
end.
that.
I'm
I hate
like,
that too.
oh.
I mean, do you watch the other CW shows or not?
I've watched the first two seasons of Flash, but
Oh.
otherwise I am super behind, and I should catch up. Oh wait, that's not true. I watched the first two seasons of Black Lightning. That's not true. That's the only other one.
Blood Lightning's good. I will say that. Blood
I
Lightning's.
liked that one, and I was a little confused with all the references, so I was like, yeah, I guess I have to watch the other ones now.
Oh yeah, I mean Black Lightning. The only problem is like they have so many subplots in that show, and
I like where they go with it though. It's pretty good.
no, it's good. And I don't want to spoil, but like the direction they went after the Crisis is. I'm curious as to where they went with it. I don't know. Did you see Crisis?
I don't think I. Oh well. I'd have to. I think I just got to rewatch everything. Honestly, at this point, it's been so long. It's been a
It,
while since I've watched all that.
no, it's cool, but I like the recent crossover, the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was good, and that the way they ended it, it just made me excited for the rest of
I'm
the
sure I've seen
shows.
clips on Facebook or something. I'm just not fully like aware, and I want to say like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me talk about this.
No, it's just I recommend. I can't say if I can tell you to watch it without seeing any of the shows previously, because they just go right in there. A lot of the subplots from the other shows get in there somehow. So it's not as easy to get into if you didn't see any of the shows previous.
Right.
So,
I'll have to check all of them out. I think most of them are on Netflix at this point.
oh yeah,
Pretty
they're all on
sure.
Netflix, and you could
So
also
I
watch it on not an ad, not a sponsor, but you could also watch it on CW for free on their site.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I could watch it on their website, I suppose, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not sponsored because I'll say it's bullshit watching on that site because they throw some ads nonstop. I'm like, I'm trying to watch a show right now. Like, you're gonna throw me 6 ads? Like, I'm trying to watch the show. It's only a 46 2-minute show.
Exactly. They're like, here's some ads.
Here's some ads. Like, you can watch it for free.
I remember trying to watch Smallville, like, because I was like, oh, I'm curious about this, and on the website, and I was like, nah, can't do this.
No, it's unbearable.
I don't know if that's on Netflix, so I'd have to check that one.
Smallville? No, I don't think
I don't
it's
think so.
there.
That's one of those weird CW shows that they don't have on anything.
Yeah, it's just, you either could buy it on Blu-ray or don't watch it anywhere.
I might have to watch it at some point because I remember liking the early episodes when I was younger, but like I never finished it.
Oh no,
It's
no,
more,
yeah.
that was like them trying to do like Superman before they like had the full like rights to do all that. They were like doing their own thing. Like they had the okay from DC to do it, but like it was like not really following the technical plots of like Superman and all that. But it
No.
was because it was all the same characters and everything.
Yeah, but do you agree with the stance that Superman is a hard character to adapt? I disagree with that.
Yeah, it depends on which version. That's the thing.
It's like people
I
don't
don't
know what to do with him. It's like he's not a hard character to translate. Like
I don't know. DC doesn't know what they're doing right now with them because the
no.
movies from the 70s prove that you can do Superman on film. So
Yes.
I don't know why they're having such a hard. I think the thing is the problem is I hate to really say this, and somebody might like get mad at me for this. Harry Cavill is not the best actor in the world. He
No.
can be good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, he can be
Superman,
good.
I don't think he's good for Superman. That's the thing. He doesn't.
Uh,
Also, the whole Justice League thing was a mess. That
oh,
was a whole like
don't
rushed
remind me of
mess.
that. Don't
But
remind me of that. Oh,
somehow Shazam has better CGI than that film.
right?
I I
Oh,
love it. No, but that's because that guy who directed it like knew what he was doing. Like
hmm
he even made a whole documentary on the Blu-ray about how he like had to fix mistakes.
oh,
Like how crew members were in the shot and he just added like bags on their hands instead.
oh yeah. No, that was great. I love that seeing the behind the scenes video. That was like, dude, you know what? I'll, I admire you for that. That was cool. That was really
Apparently
cool.
he's been doing that for years, like fixing movies and shit. And I was like, oh, cool.
And apparently killing his wife in every movie that he does.
Apparently. Well,
Horribly.
except for Shazam, I don't know. I think
Oh,
he's in
just
Shazam. No, there
oh no,
isn't. No.
she does. She's do you remember that scene with Mark Strong where
Oh
so
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he
that
does.
was
Yeah, because
horrible
he
demise.
did crowbar some horrorness in there. Because like there's that one
Yes.
scene in the not the break room in the meeting room where I was like, if you just put some blood and gore over this, it's rated R.
Right?
I was like, holy fuck,
Dude, that movie is like, oh, it's a
that
kid.
shocked me.
Yeah, it's a cool kids movie, but we're gonna scare the shit out of you.
Well, no, because my theory is that I think it's supposed to be more darker when it's like the villain, and like when it's
Mhm.
with the kids, I noticed it's a lot more lighthearted. So I think that's supposed
Yes.
to be the point.
It
Is that
was,
like that guy was evil for sure?
oh no, for sure. He would kill people like horribly. Like,
They
what am I
didn't like
watching?
sugarcoat it. They were like, he's dead. That guy's dead.
Yeah, that
He's
guy's
been
dead.
eaten.
That's what I like. I was like, you know what? We're not gonna cover it, not like you said, not sugarcoat it. We're just gonna kill him horribly. And it was great.
Surprisingly, that was one of the better DC movies that year. I was like, you know what? Not bad.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like another movie came out that year. I was like, what? Did another movie came out that year?
I think Justice League came out. Like, I
Oh,
don't know.
oh
I
no,
think
Aquaman.
so. No, wait, no,
Aquaman.
no, no. No, Aquaman came out.
Oh
Everybody
no,
seemed to love that one. I was like, kind of like,
no, I
eh.
love Aquaman. People say shit about that, but I love Aquaman. That movie was pretty good.
I'll say I like the visuals in it, but I don't know. I'd have to watch it again because I remember not liking how long it was. So I feel like I'd have to watch it again. That's the
It,
thing.
it was fun. That's what I liked it because it was fun. It wasn't as overly serious like they try to do with every other movie. And
Right, I do agree. Jason Momoa's performance was pretty good.
Oh yeah, he was really good, and the graphics were pretty good. I liked it.
I gotta say, visually, it's amazing. Oh my god, everything's great about it.
It was great. I mean, some parts kind of look very CW-y light.
The thing was, whenever they had them underwater, occasionally it would look a little weird. It was, I don't know if it's the CGI's fault, because the director mostly did a really good job.
No, he did great.
Making them look good.
Oh, speaking of interjecting horror out of nowhere, did you remember that scene in Aquaman where they go to the trenches? Like,
oh my god, jeez,
that scene was
weird. But then I found out the guy who directed it was like, I think it's James Wong who did I was like, no, that makes sense because it's like a horror thing. Actually, if you look, Annabelle is in there underwater. He's hid him in the movie.
Wait, actually, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. He does it in every movie he does. He even did it in Star Trek. I found out he hides Annabelle in every movie that he does.
Oh fuck!
I found out he does. She's even in Shazam for some reason. I don't know why, but in the at the beginning when he's at the pawn shop, Annabelle's just kind of hidden in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
I gotta look that up. This just blew my mind right now. I didn't know this.
I noticed it the first time. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is Annabelle there?
Are they gonna put her on Birds of Prey? She's gonna be one of the birds?
Probably. I don't know.
Are you excited for this film?
I'd like to be optimistic about Birds of Prey. I was okay with Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad. I wasn't the most positive on that film.
No.
I think the strength of Suicide Squad was Will Smith put in a really good performance, surprisingly, and Margot Robbie put in an okay performance. The accent was exaggerated a little bit.
Yeah, because she was trying to get that Tara Strong voice. That's all she was trying to do.
I will say the music was pretty good. The soundtrack I did buy, actually. I thought it was pretty good.
The soundtrack's good.
Minus the Panic at the Disco cover of the Queen song that they don't use in the film, mind you. Yeah. They don't use it, so I don't know what it's there for.
But the one part that I'll say is the soundtrack is good, but the way they interjected it in the movie.
Yeah, the way they use it in the film was weird. They had Eminem in the middle of the movie for no reason.
Yeah,
I thought that was strange.
And it was 20 minutes of intro for every character and switching from one song to another. I'm like,
I will say Will Smith's intro was fine. I liked his story arc. I thought the part with his daughter was way more emotional than I thought it was gonna be. When she gets in front of Batman, she's like, "Hey, I love you. So can you not kill Batman, please? I love you. Please don't shoot him."
Oh yeah, no, that's interesting.
And that part, and that's that shows you that he's an actual person. He's like, "Oh well, fuck, I gotta be the good person here."
No, yeah,
that's the thing. I didn't feel that with the other characters. I didn't feel that.
No.
That's the problem I have.
Especially fucking Killer Croc.
I will say his makeup was pretty good, but
you thought it was good?
I really thought I don't know. I looked at how they did it, and I was like, you know what? The fact that he was in face paint the whole time, and he had to endure that for hours, I give him a lot of credit.
It's people like you that made him win an Oscar. See.
I didn't say all the other effects were good. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. No.
I mean, hey.
Because God forbid the other character's makeup was not very good.
El Diablo's it was all right. His tattoos were
the tattoos were fine. I liked his tattoos, but his CGI effects were kind of bad.
Oh no!
Fire was kind of bad. I don't know.
I love how he, out of nowhere, can turn to a giant, skull creature.
Yeah, but I love how it's convenient for the plot that he can't control it for no reason. You're supposed to be sympathetic with him, and I'm like, that's just bad writing.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. He never did that before, and now all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I could do this right now.
I'm like, they were trying to go somewhere with that, and I'm like, no, that's not how that works. No.
Oh, that movie's
I'm definitely not sympathetic for Margot Robbie because in that movie, she's this. like they somewhat tried to have the adaptation of the Joker and Harley Quinn story, and they completely botched it. Like, instead of an abusive relationship, which they were trying to relay, instead it was hashtag love goals. I love the Joker, which they proceeded to make fun of in the new Harley Quinn show. Thank God! Oh my lord!
I hear it's really good.
Oh, it's actually great. I love it. I mean, Kelly Koki from Big Bang Theory's accent is not perfect, but it's supposed to be a satirical version of all the characters, so that's fine. I'm not going to criticize her acting in that.
Okay, I'll say before they correct this later. I do know that Aquaman came out before. Just saying, a year before. So don't come correcting us.
No corrections here, please.
No corrections.
We are always correct. We are always correct on this podcast.
We're always correct. There's no misstep in here. Nothing.
It's not like we fucked up when they did the Orlando Brown thing.
God.
I was thankfully I saw it after, so like all those comments. God, like we could talk about him all day in a podcast.
Dude, I feel so bad with him, dude. Because I loved him in That's So Raven. I thought he was so good in that show.
He was so amazing in that. He was a great actor in that.
Yeah,
and he was charismatic, and he was funny, and
it's really funny.
He felt like a real person, which was kind of cool. And now that I see him like saying all this stupid shit online, I'm like,
really having sex with Nick Cannon.
That was a fucking weird one. Because like, here's the thing: like Nick Cannon tried to lie about it, and he was like, "Oh, I never met the guy." Freaking Orlando Brown proceeds to show a picture of them, and I'm like, "Ooh, the plot thickens."
Or he could have just thought, maybe he's just a fan. He didn't know it was Orlando Brown. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know who the hell he was.
I've tried to listen to his music, and I'm like, what is up with this guy, man? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, did you hear that song? There's music.
The new one. The new one with him like saying something about anus or something. Yeah, I've seen that.
Was that one? Is that the one with the tiger?
Yes, that's the one where he's got like his boobs out and shit. I'm sorry, man, boobs. Yeah, that was a weird one. Like he was like trying to say something with the structure. He was like, "Fuck me in my anus" or something, and I'm like, "What are you trying to say, man?" It's such a weird video. He's got like a tiger in it. And then I know he did the one before where he's like, Africa, or something like that. And I'm like, what are you doing? What the fuck is this shit?
I just like,
what happened, man? Like, you were on Disney, and then like, I don't know. He's
the Disney Channel curse, dude. The Disney Channel curse.
Because even Raven Simone, I loved her in that show, but even she's kind of like saying some weird stuff on The View before she quit. She was like saying she wasn't her skin color or whatever, and I was like,
oh yeah.
Huh? I'm like, I don't know if that's how that exactly works, but okay. I can't be like, I'm Andrew. I am not white at all.
No.
Somebody can take a soundbite from that shit.
I mean, I could, you can identify with whatever makes you feel comfortable, but at the end of the day,
2020, so whatever you want to be.
That's right, but she's gotten back on track, right?
No, she's like doing now she's on Disney and she's doing the That's So Raven at Home show. So now she's back on Disney. So she's been getting on track. She's like doing that now with her other co-star from I don't remember the white one's name. I don't remember her name. I do apologize in advance. I know she was unfortunately in Vampires Suck, which is an awful movie.
Oh, no.
God, everybody that was involved in that, I want to smack. Besides Danny Trejo, he gets a pass. He was kind of funny in that.
At least she's with Raven Simone now. She's good. She's doing good. She got the Disney one.
She got back with Disney and she was like, "All right, we're gonna do this." But everybody seems to be coming back to Disney who used to be on there. Lizzie McGuire's coming back, and like,
right?
All these shows are coming back. They're even doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is getting delayed, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. So at least we're still getting the MCU shows. They got.
Yeah, we got all those shows, and I saw the trailers, and I was like, Damn.
We could talk about that. Like, what do you think about that trailer of all the shows?
Sitcom. Okay, so the sitcom one.
WandaVision.
I think that's how it's supposed to somewhat be, like how she's like going insane and like imagining that stuff. So that should be all fine. I think that's fine.
Is that what it is? Is that you think it's all in her head?
I don't think it's per se supposed to be a sitcom. I think that's the route they're going with on that. But I think like she does like imagine stuff in her mind, like when Vision dies, like that they have kids and stuff. And I think that's what they're leading into, because in the comics, I believe she loses her mind, and like that's how Doctor Strange 2 goes, and like the story of that story.
Okay.
I think that's how it's supposed to go. Don't quote me on that because I don't read the comics so much, but that's what I've been told.
I mean, do you really think that it will be sitcom type, or it's just they're in the sitcom, but it's still like a drama?
It's a teaser, so they could do anything with that. Who knows?
Because I saw they're going from like the 50s style, the 80s style. I'm like,
well, because those are all specific sets. Because they got the Brady Bunch, Roseanne, and like other ones in there. Like if you look at it, those are specific sets, designs like remade after those shows. Like those are specific things.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like,
who knows though? We don't know.
Out of all the shows, I never expected to say this, but I'm the most interested on this one because
that's the one where I'm like, what are they gonna do with that?
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Like, is Vision alive? Is he not?
I don't think so, because he's not alive. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. They might bring him back, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. But I don't think that's the case, because she's like envisioning other things, like them in other universes. So that's making me think that I don't think he's alive. It's all just in her head, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, so you think she's envisioning? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's a good show. But it's interesting. Oh, and I love her costume, by the way. Her costume is pretty cool.
I do think the costumes are very interesting. I know some people have been criticizing the comic oriented one, the red one. I know they've been criticizing that one. I'm like, if they're not going to take it completely seriously, I'm not going to get too angry over it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it does look a little Party City-ish, but I like it. It's a little charming. It's like
it's like if they tried to do the Wolverine like classic costume, like that would never work today.
Oh yeah, they gotta like redefine it a little bit, because like comic adapt wise, this wouldn't work.
That's like when they tried to do the Sam Raimi thing, where they were like trying to like take it 100% seriously. And I'm not gonna talk shit about all those movies, but Spider-Man 1 and 2 are pretty great, but 3
for sure.
Oh man, what the fuck was that movie?
Yeah, 3 has some good stuff in it, I will say.
There's good stuff in it. I mean, I hate to say it, Martin's right about some of that stuff. He made me think about it. I was like, oh shit, fuck, damn it.
But I mean, the Spider-Man movies, they haven't aged as well, but they're still good.
No, because I ended up watching all 3 of them. I ended up watching all 3 of them again. The first one, I think, is still a strong, serious story. I think the problem runs into when the music is a little outdated. By having Macy Gray there, it was a little strange. And she's just there because Sony signed her at the time. What else is weird? The CGI effects are pretty bad. You can tell what's CGI and what's real.
That's true.
And that's because Sam Raimi wanted it to all be practical, but that was not possible. They could not pull that off. But the practical effects in that movie are pretty good, honestly. Yeah.
And the Power Rangers-esque Green Goblin costume.
Oh man, that's a brutal scene when he gets murdered. Like I didn't.
Oh shit. Nah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Willem Dafoe's performance is pretty good, and the fact that they crowbarred him in the sequels.
No, right? Yeah,
it's pretty funny. They crowbarred him in the 3rd one.
Oh yeah, the 3rd one. Because he was so memorable. He's very memorable in that role.
The thing is, people wanted him back, and there was like no definitive way to bring him back. There's absolutely no way. They killed him.
No, they killed him hard. They made sure he was dead. He died so bad. But
it's like he was trying to trick Peter into it, and it's like he kind of gets what's coming to him anyways. That's the thing.
Oh man, and Harry Osborn, man, what a bitch. Blaming fucking Spider-Man for it.
I think that's how it's in the comics, though.
Oh no, it is. But it's like, really?
They changed it a little bit around because it's not a Mary Jane that he falls in love with. I think it's Gwen Stacy, but they wanted that kind of love aspect, I guess. They did it a little bit differently, which I found a little bit weird.
It was weird. Oh, speaking of Mary Jane not giving a fuck about Peter or anything.
I thought she put in a weird performance. I found her to be a little bit strange throughout the series. Like, I'm like, dude, she doesn't give a shit about you. Why are you with her, man?
Yeah, her character's pretty bad. Jesus.
And the thing is, Gwen Stacy cares about him a little bit, and I'm like,
yes.
Why are you being a bitch
there? Mary Jane runs off with another guy, gets married with him. I'm like,
I love how in the third one, he straight up hand slaps her, and we're just supposed to forgive him in the wait, what? Hold on a second. Just because he was in the black suit doesn't make everything okay. Come on.
No.
Hold on a second. He's a human being. He could think about that before he did it. Hold on.
Man. She was. I will say the better love interest was Gwen Stacy, the Emma Stone's version. Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah. I thought the Amazing Spider-Man series was a little weird. I didn't. Well, I will say the first one is serviceable if you're into the comics, but it's not a great movie altogether.
No. Nah. It's
if you're looking for an okay performance of a movie, that's fine. Yeah. It's not a great adaptation of Spider-Man. It's not quite at 72% that Rotten Tomatoes says. I don't know about that.
No, not.
It's more like a 60%-ish, somewhere around there, 50.
Yeah, higher than Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2, let me correct. Because I want to blow the shit out of the water.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is really weird. They just crowbarred a bunch of villains in there, and they cheaply put the Rhino in there, and I was like, the Rhino's a character, not a robot. What the fuck was this, man?
Stereotypical cartoon.
And Jamie Foxx's performance is really weird in that movie.
Dude,
it's really strange.
I will say that movie is better than the first one in terms of, what? It's outlandishly fun. It's dumb as fuck. It's horrible. But I love stupid shit in it.
I will say it's enjoyable to watch with friends. Yeah, it's a great experience. It's absolutely fun.
I mean, I don't know, I understand how this makes any sense, but Electro, when he's flying and shooting stuff on the generator they were in, that electrical plant, playing dubstep music?
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird scene. Thank God for Deadpool 2 making fun of that kind of shit.
Right? And that scene with Electro where he just, he didn't have his costume previously, but he came out of an electrical current with its costume on, brand new. I'm like, where the hell fuck you came up with that? How?
Yeah, that was weird, man. Oh, man. Fuck
I love that movie.
I'm so glad Kendrick Lamar did a song for that soundtrack, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was what saved it for me at the end. I was like, yay! Oh, it's a feature shit.
Oh.
I was like, yeah. Oh, no. It's Alicia Keys. I mean, I like her, but this isn't as good. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Hey, at least he came back home. Came back to Marvel.
Oh, boy. All right, we'll see what happens with that. They say they're going to make another movie, and I'm a little worried with the whole Mysterio. It's not Mysterio. I'm sorry, that's not the character that's going to be this one.
Oh, who's the next one?
It's a character from Blade, and I can't remember his name.
Morbius.
Yeah, Morbius. Because the weird thing is, Sony owns that character. But, they don't own Blade though. Disney owns Blade because he's part of Marvel. But Morbius is part of Blade. But I don't know. Stan Lee sold a bunch of the character rights, so it was kind of fucking weird.
Because Morbius he crosses with Spider-Man and Blade. He's like King. He's like the Kingpin. Kingpin's like
basically. He was a big part of the like Blade series, basically. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
It was like it's kind of weird to hear that they're gonna do a new Blade movie, and I'm like, how the fuck is that gonna work without Morbius though? I'm like,
yeah. I mean, well, apparently he's in the MCU according to Sony now. I don't know if Kevin Feige agreed to that.
How is that gonna happen? Because this Morbius movie that they're making is like Sony, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But
apparently they put. I don't know if he's playing the same character, but Michael Keaton is in the Morbius. So that's supposed to somehow connect it. If he is playing the Vulture.
That's the thing. I don't know if he is or not. It might be. I hope so.
They might be fucking with us. They're like,
I think they're fucking with us because they said they made so many rumors up about Tom Holland being in Venom, and what happened? Nothing. He's not even there.
Sony's trying. You know what? I'll go watch the movie. It looks better than Venom for sure.
I will say, as bad as Venom is, it's not like a boring experience. Like they put some effort into the action, but it's not a good movie structure story wise. No. Story wise, it's terrible. No, it's awful. I'll give credit to the main actor, but rest in peace, Stan Lee. I guess he was in it. I like to pretend he wasn't in that movie, but then I was like, oh yeah, he does have that cameo in that movie. I forgot. It's a good cameo. He's like, oh yeah, you guys are in a good relationship. See you later. I'm out. Got paid.
Yeah, right. That's all he did. I mean, I'm glad.
It's not like an Endgame when he was like, yeah, baby, all right, bye.
Yeah, nothing peace. Okay, cool. Well,
even the Captain Marvel, or was it Captain Marvel? Or yeah, it was Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, even that cameo meant more to me. I was like, as a Kevin Smith fan, like that cameo was. I mean, it's a little continuity-wise confusing because Stanley doesn't look the same age that he was in that movie. Because like Stanley was way much younger in the '90s, and he had like a beard on him and shit. So continuity-wise, that scene is confusing. But
yeah, it made no sense.
It means well, but I guess Kevin Smith is part of the Marvel universe technically.
I guess
that's a little weird. That's a little weird to think about. Like, I guess Kevin Smith exists.
I guess he does.
Because it's a Mallrats thing that he's reading out loud, and I'm like,
he must have been so happy with
weird. So weird to think about.
But getting back to the Disney shows, like, what do you think about the?
So far away.
No. Yeah, we took a Mr. Fantastic stretch. We went so far with it.
We went so far away from where we were at.
But what do you think about Falcon and Winter Soldier? What do you think about that one?
Falcon looks pretty interesting. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
I'm more for. I'm not one of those people who's like, they stole Captain America's shield. Call the police.
No, right?
I'm down with it. I think
he's a
pretty good actor.
And did we see a preview?
I did watch the preview. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'm like, damn, he swung that shield pretty hard.
But like, did we see a preview of his costume?
I don't think they've revealed that technically yet. No,
because they showed Captain America, I think, in a stadium, and I was like, is that Sam or is that?
I don't. Well, the thing is, we'll have to see. We'll have to see when it comes out. That's the thing. We don't know.
Interested. Like, I don't know why these two are together. I don't know what's going on, but I'm into it. Like, I don't know why Barrett Zemo's in it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one that interests me the least is, I mean, I like Loki as a character, but
yes,
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it seems like the most unnecessary one. Like, I get it, I forget his last name, Tom. Like, he's a heartthrob with all the ladies. I get it. I know. He's not a terrible actor. He's putting in his A game effort, but like, I don't know, man. I'm done with Loki at this point.
Yeah, I like Loki. I mean, yeah, he should have been done by
when they killed him. Yeah,
they killed him,
bringing him back.
Yeah, I like how Thanos was like, no more resurrections. No, technically he did. He's back.
Technically he's still alive because he grabbed the cube and that's like the one plot hole in Endgame where I'm like, I guess it's not a plot hole because like that's a segue to Loki, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's supposed to be a different Loki, not our Loki who died.
Right, because now they like made it all weird because of time travel.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna bring him back?
They made it all weird now, so I'm like,
yeah.
I love Endgame, but like, that's they've made more questions than answers.
That's true
for this series now.
I mean, but I do like that they took this route because if they did a prequel show, I wouldn't care because it adds nothing. But now that I know it's after Endgame, it's like, okay, I'm interested in knowing like what the fuck are they gonna do with him? Like, is he gonna be 4-4?
Because now that you're bringing up the prequel show, like, I don't know how interested I am in like, what's her name? I can't remember what her character name is.
Who?
Oh my god, Scarlett Johansson's character. I'm trying to.
Oh, Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm like, I like Black Widow as a character, and I think she's a pretty human character. But like, I don't know about a prequel show. We'll see how interested I am. But
I mean, the movie looks cool. I don't know if it's gonna lead to her coming back. I don't know. We'll see.
Not physically possible, I think. I mean, they could bullshit it, but
time travel's a thing in this universe now. They could do it.
they could pull some Deadpool 2 shit and like bring everybody back.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, they can't bring her back. Is that everything from Infinity War would not happen?
Would fuck it with everything in the universe. Yeah. That's the thing. She died to save everybody, so that's the thing.
Then the Infinity Stone would come back, or no? Well, technically, it's never destroyed. That's complicated.
Right? Yeah, it's Marvel. No, they'll figure it out later.
They'll figure it out. It's like Fast and Furious. They'll bring back anybody.
Oh my god, Fast and the Yeah, I watched that trailer. I was avoiding it for so long, but I watched Double Toasted and I was like, oh man, come on!
I'm down for this. I'm ready.
No.
I'm
the
ready.
Thing is, I'll probably be dragged to watch it, so I'm not gonna have a choice. I mean, but I'm like, oh come on, man! On his back? Are you serious? He died twice. Come on! How are they gonna explain this?
And he died. It's not like Letty, who they kind of explain her not dying. Like, okay, sort of makes sense. But in what I believe 6, they showed him die in that car. They pan out and show him die in that car.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, excuse me?
What the fuck?
Squeeze me? I'm like, what?
I mean, I believe the theory.
Because, like, in Tokyo Drift, it's more like, maybe he wasn't in the car. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But no, in 6, they make sure they showed him in the car.
They showed Jason Statham murdering him.
Yeah,
like,
and Jason Statham was like, bye-bye, and blew him up. So, I don't know. But it's interesting. Because I think they'll do the whole cybernetics thing that he did from Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's probably what they're gonna do.
Honestly, I give the car thing a pass because I'm like, no, they've introduced the technology. I'm not mad about that. That's different.
But I mean, they were already superhumans before Hobbs and Shaw.
Dude, literally, Vin Diesel and The Rock like saved the fucking parking lot. And I'm like, no. Yeah. Honestly, that was one of the better ones, though. That was one of the ones where I was like, that was the last one with Paul Walker, I believe, and I was like, that was the one that was like, this knows it's a little ridiculous, but it's not like a great movie, but it's good.
No, it was good. Great. Yeah, the 8th one, I didn't. That was bad.
I tried to get invested in it, and they almost had with me with Vin Diesel, but like, the other characters weren't good enough for me to like care. And I hate to be this guy, but when Paul Walker died, this series kind of died. It's dying. Yeah. Yes, I'm a $1 billion franchise. I'm aware. I know. They're making money. But...
Yeah, and they have their own Netflix animated show. They have their spin-offs. A video game's coming out.
Oh, they've already done video games, though. That's not going to be good.
Oh, no, yeah. I don't know about this new one that's coming out, but...
I saw it, and I'm like, no thanks.
It just looks like Need for Speed. That's what it looks like. Okay.
It actually wasn't terrible this year. It was like surprising. I actually own it. It's not bad.
But I'm down to watch this movie. I'm down for this movie.
I'm gonna watch it at some point. It's gonna happen.
I'm excited, dude. I'm like squealing right now.
And the thing is, I might actually like it. Gasp! I know.
Oh, it's gotta be so good. It's gonna be great.
I guess I'll have to like shut off my brain. I know everybody hates that phrase and be like, this is not a realistic movie. I know that everyone hates saying that, but I'm like, I did it for Bad Boys 1 and 2. I'll do it for this.
Dude, I love this movie because I'm in this series because I'm invested in this craziness and soap opera.
How did this go from Paul Walker being an undercover cop, stopping DVD sales illegally to like heists? Like what? How did this happen?
CIA super agents. I don't know.
What happened? Because it used to be weird. Like I remember 1 and 2 being him an undercover cop, and I was like, those are pretty cool movies. They're fun.
Yes.
And then Tokyo Drift was kind of just a racing movie in general.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about the third. I don't know. I can't remember if the third one is. God, I don't have the titles right in front of me, so I'm like, I don't know which one is which.
Third one is a Tokyo Drift, sir.
I guess Tokyo Drift is the third one. Yeah, you're right. That was it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I think it was a direct-to-DVD movie, but I don't remember if it was.
I think with the movies, I think it's the lowest grossing of the series. I think of what it is.
I know it was one of the weirdest ones because like they're bringing the guy back from that one. Like he just kind of like photobombed.
Dude,
yes. Dude, I know they're not bringing Lil Bow Wow's ass back in the series. No. They're not going to do that.
But
even he was shocked that he was in the 7th one because they used archive footage for that.
Oh yeah. He reprised the role in the 7th movie because you can tell that he looks so older than he looked back in 2006.
He's lying and saying that he didn't do it, so I don't know.
Really?
I read.
You mean Bow Wow?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the other guy, like Shane Black.
No, that guy is
not
dead.
Shane Black.
No, I think Bow Wow was archive footage.
It was archive footage. Because think about it. That's why I'm also thinking about Lucas Black. That's his name. Coming back because
he's in NCIS New Orleans, which wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, he was. But the only thing that it's just hilarious about this, because although I loved him being back in this movie, because I always wanted him to get part of the team. But it's the whole idea. It's supposed to be 3 years after Tokyo Drift or something.
Yeah, that kind of
so old.
When I looked at it, I was like, he's not ugly or anything, but I'm like, he's definitely aged.
Yeah, he's not the high schooler he was supposed to be in this universe or college kid.
Right? Fucking no, he is not. Yeah, hell no. Oh hell no!
So it's hilarious.
Even at Tokyo Drift, I was kind of like, that's a stretch. I don't know about that.
But even if they brought Bow Wow back, they can't because he looks like an adult. He doesn't look that kid like he did in that movie.
The thing is, I don't know if Bow Wow's acting is the best anyways. So
no.
I've seen him in movies and I'm like, I'm good.
I mean, one way they could explain him looking old is, the Idris Elba genetics thing.
Because literally Ludacris looks the same. It's so weird. Obviously, he just doesn't have an afro anymore, but like, he doesn't look any different.
No.
Tyrese really has never changed at all, like other than his like mental state.
Oh my god! But dude, you're gonna love the movie.
I'm sure I will actually.
It's gonna be great.
I was pretty okay with Hobbs and Shaw, except for like the continuity thing where they're like fighting and somehow it's night to day. That was a little weird of a scene.
Oh yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. I wasn't a fan of that movie. I was expecting better.
I was like, you know what? This isn't even taking itself seriously. How can I get mad at this movie? It's not a great movie, but it's like it's passable if you're a Fast and the Furious fan.
It's just it wasn't as fun as the previous movies.
I think the problem is The Rock is like really good at humor and like it shows in that movie, but Jason Statham is not very good at humor.
No, it's just I didn't like the whole bickering, the whole movie. I'm saying, okay, I get it. You guys don't like each other. Like,
I get that too. That got redundant.
I mean, because I thought that in the previous movie they became friends at the end, but now in this movie they're like, no,
Is a prequel to the eighth movie. I don't know.
no,
The continuity is confusing. I don't know.
no, it's crazy. I don't know. I just love bad shit, cars being picked up. I don't know. It's fun.
Idris Elba's performance in that movie was a little strange.
Oh, yeah, he was like super into it.
He was like trying to be evil, and it got to the. At first, I was like, "Yes, I believe you're a villain. You're cool." And then when it got towards the end, he was starting to get all cartoon villain.
Oh no, dude, Idris Elba, I love him, but what is he doing lately?
I don't know. Apparently, he's also a rapper too, because like at the end of the movie, he's like in a song. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the best rapper." And I was like, "Wait, is he actually a rapper?" And I looked it up, and like he apparently was a DJ and a rapper too. So
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh,
He's a very,
okay."
he's a very good rapper. I mean, I only heard like one song, but I was like,
I know
okay.
he did a song Bosty with like these other like British MCs, and I kind of enjoyed that one. Has Sean Paul in it too.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh yeah. Sean
I
Paul's
think
back.
I think he has a mixed. Yeah, Sean Paul's like not over here. He's not famous, but like overseas, like he's like somehow reinvented his career. Like he's
No
like back
idea.
somehow. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
know how he.
how.
Don't know how he
I
did
think
that.
I think it all started when he started to make music with Sia, and like people started realizing Sean Paul was like actually a good artist again. They were like, "Oh yeah, this guy's like he actually doesn't sound bad lyrically or anything, and like he's actually kind of a good artist, kind of in a way."
Right. He
He doesn't
he's
make
not
deep
bad.
music, I know. Well, he's like a party
No,
art. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be in the right environment to enjoy him. That's the thing.
exactly. Yeah, I can't listen to. I can sit down and listen to him. I gotta be
I
like,
I'm not saying I'm gonna sit down and listen to a Sean Paul album like for serious like reasons and like blast it loud in my car.
no way. Yeah,
No, that's not gonna happen. I mean,
no.
he's got some hits. He's got some hit records that are
He's
pretty.
yeah. He was big in the early 2000s. I know that.
And
He's
he's like he's still famous apparently in like Europe
no,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. He came back like last year, I think.
Yeah, it was weird like reading about him, like how he like they made an article about how like he somehow like like revenerated himself and like got famous again and everything.
It's interesting. It's just crazy. Like I'm proud of him. I'm proud that he's doing good. Cause I was wondering, like, man, like what happened to Sean Paul? But
God, I was wondering what happened to Bruno Mars for so long, and then he just like one day made a new album.
oh yeah, Bruno Mars. He took a little, like he
He took a
disappeared for a
break
while.
apparently. He was like,
Yeah.
and the next thing I know, like fucking that one album, like with all those songs came out, and I was like, damn, okay, he's just gonna make a funk album now. I'm like, damn, okay. I guess Uptown Funk was like serious. That's what he's going with now.
And he was good. And man, I will agree that he was probably one of the best halftime performances ever.
That was as we're segueing to the halftime performance now.
Yes.
Get it, people. Yes, we're talking about this. Yeah, his with the Red Hot Chili Peppers is pretty good. Some people accused him of lip syncing. Take what you will with on that.
Mm,
I can't prove anything, so I'm not going to talk about that.
yeah. Yeah, me either. But he was good. He's a very talented guy.
He's
So
a good singer and a good performer, and I think he doesn't get enough credit. He gets always labeled as the Michael Jackson sound alike.
hmm
And I think he's more than that. He's like a performer, and he's really talented actually.
yeah. I mean the MJ sounded like is more the weekend for me, but
I agree with that, but I think he's kind of taking his career now in this weird way that's like different than what Michael Jackson is. Like it's
yeah,
different now. He's
which
now
I
making like
appreciate.
music. He's like making this like weird like pop disco music that's like experimental, and he's not afraid to be experimental now because now
hmm
he got those checks from like that one album with like I think it was Starboy. I enjoyed that record quite a bit, but it was kind of like I don't know, it was like using the style of other artists in some of the
Yeah,
music.
and
Like
that
he used Daft Punk a lot, quite a bit.
and what was that one song that he sung with Daft Punk? He sounded extremely like MJ. I'm like, oh,
There was like
what the
three of
fuck?
them. I feel like Coming was like the big hit that like
Mm-hmm.
everybody loved. That was the one. That Starboy was like the other one that like was a surprise hit that went #1, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody knew it was that well. They were like, "Whoa," because everybody was talking shit before. They were like, "He's done. He's not gonna have a career now." And then, oh, he went #1. That was a weird time for music, man. I remember it very
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it was experimental time, so I will say.
I will
But
say that's when like Kendrick Lamar was like at his like highest point, which he's
oh
kind of disappeared now. I don't know what happened to him. He's like, I guess he's cooking up a rock album now. Sounds
oh,
interesting.
I'm down for that.
I guess he's saying it's inspired by David Bowie, which is pretty interesting to hear.
Hmm. Well, shit, I want that album right now.
Because David Bowie said that shortly before he died. He was like, "This is inspired a lot by Kendrick Lamar," and I was like, "Okay, cool."
Oh shit.
Not knowing that the whole album was about him having cancer, I didn't know that until I like
Oh
read the
yeah.
lyrics, and I was like, "Oh, well, shit!" It was kind of all there because the spaceman being dead and the album being called Black Star and him saying that he's a black star. I was like, "Shit,
Yeah.
man, it was all there." I ignored the signs.
Damn, him in the field right now.
Yeah, dude, I remember I bought that album and I still have it, and I sometimes I'll pull it out every year and I'll listen to it once and I'll cry and then like I'm like I can't do this again, and then I just keep doing it every year to myself. I'm like, it's such a good album, like lyrically and everything. The way he did everything, and the music videos are like so descriptive. It's like,
No, he's great, and I'm
oh,
sure
he's a good
whatever he's gonna
artist.
do, it's gonna be it's gonna be great. He's
It's
never let
it's
me
gonna be
down.
controversial, and Fox News is gonna have a day with like a
Ugh.
field day with it and
Oh, I'm
everything.
waiting for that. Oh my god.
I don't give a shit what they say, but he
Oh,
he
me
doesn't give a
either.
shit either because he put them on this album. He was like, literally, the intro track is, and they say that we're gonna get shot by the popo, and I was like, oh man, that guy. I think it was NBC actually, or something like that. Said something like that. They were like
Uh,
calling him like pointless and stupid and stuff.
it's dumb shit, but
But
Fox
hey,
News.
I mean, he does say some pretty stuff that's like controversial to some people, like the
Hmm.
police brutality stuff and all that, and him literally making a song about literally admitting to wanting to kill himself, but like wanting to like mentally like fix it himself and not get help, which is actually very like strong
No,
of him to say that. Like I don't know any rapper that's ever like said that flat out.
no, yeah, that's what I love. He's very like social conscience, and he's not afraid to speak out loud. So that's what I
I
love.
I just don't like that he gave in to the fans on that song and like re-recorded it
Hmm.
live. I don't like that part. I was like,
Yeah,
oh come on, man. Because I
yeah.
bought the Life of Pop, or not the Life of Pablo. Sorry, Kanye West album. I bought that album and I was like, damn, this is like a deep like intellectual album. Like he's saying a lot of interesting things here, and like once I get to that point of the album, because it's one of the last tracks, I'm like, this feels a little out of place having the live track here. I
Hmm.
didn't really like that part. So like when I stream it now, I replaced it in a playlist because I feel like it makes more sense narratively.
Yeah, I get you. That, yeah, but I do think he's still very good, and
Oh, he's a really good artist who's like somehow like still popular. It's kind of like insane to think that.
yeah, like he's been gone for a while, but he's still hitting it hard.
He seems to just hit up on a random feature and he like gets the song popping still.
Right?
It's like, hi there. Hi, J. Cole. How you doing? You still here? Oh, cool.
That's part of his plan. He's gonna make a huge comeback album. People are gonna be blown away and talk about it for months.
He literally released like an album full of like unfinished songs, and that went platinum still. It was insane. Like the songs were not finished; they were like leftovers from that last album, and people still loved it. It was insane.
He's great, but going back to the topic that we had at hand.
Yes, sorry.
No, it's all right. I know we keep going to different places, but like, so like this random guy just came to me at work, and he said like, "Hey, do you think like that shows the halftime performance was it too racy?"
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, people, man. What they're complaining about? It's not like the first time you've seen anything like this, and
it's because people are little babies about it. That's the problem.
yeah, and it's like you've seen J-Lo before. This is nothing new from her. Shakira is the same thing. So what's the problem? It's ridiculous. Like I thought personally, it was great. I thought, I mean, at me as a Puerto Rican, I thought it was great to show some more representation, some good diversity on it, and I saw a good article that said like, yeah, it was basically a Latino party. It's just like all of us being in there, just having fun, including everybody in, and I thought it was super cool.
Oh no, I don't disagreements on any of that because I thought it was a really diverse amount of people that were there. I thought, including Bad Bunny and like some other popular artists, that are out right now.
Oh yeah,
The
J
performance
Balvin.
is pretty cool. I like that they're memeing those people's outfits. That's pretty funny. They were like, "He's a Hershey."
It's hilarious.
And
yeah,
then
it
they
like a tin can.
They were like memeing the other guy as like he used to work on Alvin and the Chipmunks, and now he's grinding on J-Lo. I did look at it pretty closely, and I was like, "Damn, wow, that's not actually a lie."
He looks exactly because
it was the angle. That's the problem. It was the angle of the picture, so it looked a little weird.
Like that. It's just his look, because his name is J Balvin. He's never looked like that before with the beard thing. So when he came out, I was like,
yeah, because usually he never has a beard when I've seen him before.
And he has like, it's a stylish beard. It was very different. I'm like, okay, but yeah, he looked like that manager from Alvin and Chipmunks. I'm sorry.
But as far as like the halftime show on this one, I ended up watching it outside of the actual like, Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'd seen the halftime show like on like later on streaming, and I was like, this is actually really good, and like I love everything about it. I'm a big fan of Shakira, quite frankly. I like a lot of her music. She's still like one of the most hardworking like singers out there right now.
Oh, for sure.
J-Lo, I'm kind of iffy on. I don't love everything she does, but majority of her songs, I'm alright on them.
But I mean, her show kind of proved that she did a lot of hits.
That's true. She did. People don't give her credit for her early songs at all. They don't.
Not at all. And surprisingly, a lot of people knew her songs, and she kept singing them. I was like, oh, that was a banger. That's a good one. This is a hit. Like, she had a lot.
Everybody likes to make fun of her, like her like newer stuff. They like to make fun of that.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and I will say I'm not a fan of her. I think she's a little overrated. But
a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And people will attack me on that because if you don't like J-Lo, you're an asshole. That's the standard right now. Like, how could you not like J-Lo? She's a queen.
No, it's not that I hate J-Lo like as a person or anything.
No.
Because like I've seen her in Hustlers, and I'm like, you know what? That wasn't a bad role. Like she did like a pretty good job. At least I thought so. I know some people don't feel that way.
It's just I have some personal issues with her, but she's not. It's not like I hate her. Like, oh my gosh, she's a.
No, I don't hate her. Although I don't respect her comment about like saying that men are useless till 33. I'm like, well, that could be kind of both ways, kind of thing.
That's some bullshit.
I don't know about that.
And she kind of has a bit of an ego. But it's
my God, Jesus Christ, she has.
Yeah. But it's like, you know what? I don't hate her. It's not like I have a passionate hate for her or anything like that.
I'm not over here like hating her like on my page or something like every day. Like fuck J-Lo, this is inappropriate. I hate you. No.
Exactly, but they put her on a pedestal, like, oh, she's like the best thing that's come out in ages. I'm like, nah.
Because I mean, she's made some pretty good songs, and like, there's some movies where I'm like, you know what? I know this movie was panned, but like, she wasn't terrible in it. Like, I can say that.
No, she's really good, dude. I mean, and by the way, I mean, it's not a big deal, the age thing, because people still have 50 can still do amazing things, still be in shape and everything. But still, like, seeing a 43-year-old like shaking it like it's nothing, and a 50-year-old still having resistance on a pole and dancing on that pole like nothing. I was like, oh my. It was like,
damn, amazing. Wow.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh my god.
And I know that was one of the more controversial moments of it, apparently. And I'm like, it's not like she's naked on there, so let's not like exaggerate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, I don't know. Has there been another halftime performance the same caliber like this before?
There's been like bigger ones, like Michael Jackson, like stuff like that. But nothing quite this controversial. I think the most controversial one that I can think of was like an unintentional one.
Yeah.
Like the Justin Timberlake and the Janet Jackson one. That was a more accidental thing.
Yeah, the wardrobe malfunction incident.
I mean, there were people accusing Justin Timberlake of being cultural appropriation and all that. Of course, that's what happened was going on during the time. Which, I don't know. That's a whole debate to get into, I suppose.
But, I mean, okay, so maybe this is the first, like, very sensual performance, but it was nothing like...
There might have been earlier stuff. I don't know.
Maybe. But for me, it was nothing out of the norm. It was something I would see in any other performance out there.
I will say it was a lot better than last year's mess.
Oh, last year.
Oh my God.
The most forgettable one was the Maroon 5.
Okay, here's what happened. They had Maroon 5 come out, and then they were like, I got all my friends here. I got Big Boy from Outkast. I got Travis Scott here. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I love Big Boy. I think he's a great artist from Outkast, but his performance made no sense in the middle of it.
No.
It made no sense.
No sense.
Travis Scott doing 6 seconds of sicko mode? Really? That's it?
It was ridiculous. I forgot the whole thing, to be honest, because I was talking about it. It's like, who was the performer last year? I forgot.
That was it. Like, that was about it. And like, I suppose that did remind me that some early Maroon 5 songs weren't that bad, but like,
that's true.
That was about it. There's like nothing else that was good about it. Like, the lead singer was putting in a half-assed performance that wasn't very good.
He was.
I gotta respect Travis Scott for like coming out for 5 seconds. One verse of sicko mode.
Hey man,
and then say bye.
If they tell you to sing your song at Super Bowl, I'll be like, I'm down. Like, it's my song. Damn.
Like, is that what Travis Scott would look like if he did the whole thing? Sicko mode, bye.
Oh, dude, that performance, it was something else. But this year's they had the choreography.
Oh yeah, everything was like, they put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, it was flashy, and
I suppose Shakira and like J-Lo are known for good performances, so it's not a big surprise that they put their A game in.
I will say, I mean, the one, it's not negative, but it's like the weaker part is Bad Bunny's part. I was like, okay. And J Balvin's, he was okay. But
I don't know. Bad Bunny can be good, but like whenever he's at his lowest, he's at his lowest. Like he can be a really good like musician, but like at times he's like putting in minimal effort sometimes.
It's just
and it shows.
It's just, they could have done so much more because he did a song with J-Lo, and I thought they were going to do it, but
yeah, that's what I thought. And I was like, when they did that other song, I was like,
okay. I was like, you had the chance.
They could have had Fat Joe come out and they could have done the song that they all three did together. And I was like,
right?
yeah, they're gonna do it. Oh no, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I was expecting some cameos there, but I didn't get them.
I was like, come on, bring Fat Joe out. Like they're friends. No, okay, all right.
No. And who was that? Who was that? That guy that sang that song with Shakira. You know the one I'm talking about?
I don't know. I think it was Wyclef, but I could be wrong.
Wyclef, that's what I'm talking about.
Don't quote me on that. I think that's who that was.
Yeah, I was expecting him to show up, but
no, he's known for not showing up to performances. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't quote me on this 100%, but like I've heard rumors that he doesn't show up a lot.
Ah, that was disappointing.
I could be talking about Lauryn Hill right now. Oops.
But he was
because he's such a big part of that song. He was like such a big part of that song. He's like Shakira in the background of the song the whole time. He's like doing ad libs before ad libs were a thing.
That's right. And I was suspecting. It's probably like what they only have like 15 minutes to do this.
Right? Yeah, I think the most is 15 minutes, I believe, because that's how long the video was, 15 minutes.
So I get that part, but
because they have to shorten songs down. That's why a lot of artists that were asked to do the Super Bowl turned it down a lot because they were like, "Yeah, we can't shorten our songs.
No,
that's not how that works."
But I thought, but besides all the cameos I would have loved to see, it still was very good. It did not disappoint. It did not disappoint me at all. I just thought Bad Bunny, I would have liked him to do maybe a little more of his songs, but I get it, short time.
That's good.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, I usually love his outfits, and this one's
his outfit on this was a little weak. I didn't really, wasn't feeling it. I
was not feeling it either.
I was like, usually he goes with like extravagant outfits and stuff, and like here it was like, I feel like this was like your C game effort on an outfit.
That's true.
And he was playing it safe.
And maybe one reason he was a little low is because apparently he was like very affected by Kobe's passing.
Apparently, I had heard about that.
So I don't know. Maybe he was not feeling it so well, but
I love how they ignored that. That was a little interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's. I guess it's football.
I get it. I
get it. But even more acknowledgement, I guess, would have been nice. Like, hey, he was a big superstar, in the world, but outside of basketball.
You can't satisfy everyone. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. But did you have any negatives at the halftime? Anything you didn't like? Anything that could be better?
I don't know. Like all the complaints you basically said are all what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, I didn't really care for J Balvin and like Bad Bunny's performances. Otherwise, I quite enjoyed everything. I'm not one of those like hardcore people who's like, are too sexual. No, I don't care about that.
Yeah, or
that's not how I feel about it.
Why are speaking Spanish? This is supposed to American sport.
You know what? I'm used to their music, so like I don't give a shit about that part.
Right.
While I personally I don't know the most Spanish in the world. It sounds really. I don't know. It's weird to say this, but like I like the way Spanish music sounds. So like, I don't know if that makes sense or not. But
it's just, I guess most people are saying that are people that never hear Spanish music.
Oh my god, absolutely. That's like when everybody lost their mind about Despacito. That's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah, it's like super conservative people like Spanish. That's Mexican music. What is this?
People act like Pitbull never happened. They act like Pitbull never happened at all.
Right?
Like, did we forget about Pitbull who like got famous at first for like doing full Spanish songs and shit?
Mm-hmm.
And like then he changed. Obviously he sold out. He like started doing the meet me at the hotel. I was like, oh man, that song's bad, but
And like even back in the '90s, Ricky Martin, like
that's true. We also got to mention in the '90s Fat Joe and like Big Pun and all
Fat
that.
Joe. So like, where did this come from now? Like, this is not
We
the
also
first
got
time.
we also got Santana. He did a little bit of Spanish too.
Yeah, Santana. So it's not a new thing. Like, what's the problem? What's the issue here?
I don't know. I think it's just because I really hate to get political for a second, but the thing is, like, Trump has brought up these people who like they think it's just okay to say all this shit.
Yeah, I
They're like,
guess.
well, if he's being different, I'm gonna be different. Say how I feel. I'm like, no, don't do
Yeah,
that. Stop.
and
No,
and
stop.
I don't know if they were expecting something different because I think when they announced who the performances were going to be, I didn't hear any like negatives about it. I thought people were
Because
excited for it.
I know that like J Lo did like record English versions of some of the songs she did. I'm like, no, it makes more sense to do them the way she did them. That's how they were recorded first.
Okay, so they're expecting for her to sing English all the
Yeah,
way, and
yeah, they were.
Shakira too.
I'm like, yeah, Shakira's been doing it for a while now, where like she doesn't even do English. Even like Becky G like doesn't even sing in like
Yeah.
English anymore. Like she does Spanish now, like exclusively.
So I don't know what I guess I don't know what they were expecting. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's all right.
But
It's 2020. It seems
exactly,
like whenever we like get forward in the world, we seem to somehow get two steps back.
yeah. Let's just
I
get
don't
with
know
the
what.
program. Get with the program, people. Come on, it's ridiculous, but people loved it, and
It's America. We gotta have the Americans here. The stereotypical people who are
yeah,
like,
they're like, no.
they're stealing our jobs.
But those were the same people that were like, with J Lo though, she hot.
I love it. They're all like, oh yeah, I like her.
Yeah,
I
I
wish she
like
would speak
her.
in English though.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, Jesus. I've actually talked to people like that, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
ah.
Some horrible stuff like, oh, that Shakira girl, like, man, she hot. I understand a lick of what you're saying.
Because that's like the double standard of like you can be attracted to her, but like, no man, like she's in our country. I'm like, no, that's not quite how that works. Hold on a
Yeah,
sec.
yeah. There's this huge problem that, oh, they're immigrants, but Latinas, man, they got ass. They're hot.
It's like the
Uh,
double standard of oh fuck Justin Bieber, he's Canadian, get him the fuck
yeah,
out of here.
that's some bullshit. But you know what? I'm just glad a lot of people enjoyed it, and
I'm glad. Yeah, I know there's like controversy and all that shit, but it's like
yeah,
I don't get that. That's whatever. These are people lowballing it, like causing controversy.
it's just like get your heads out of your ass and enjoy
It's
something
like
for once.
exactly. It's like they just can't enjoy like a good performance. They got to say something negative. This isn't as bad as the Black Eyed Peas or something. Like not even.
Don't remind me of that either.
That was so bad. Like I'm so glad that the Black Eyed Peas like they didn't kick Fergie out, but they were like, yeah, we want to go back to real rap again. They basically did that. They were like, fuck that shit. We're gonna make real music again, and they really did. To like credit them, like their
That's
album
true.
last year was pretty good actually,
Pretty good.
surprisingly. They had
Hey,
like Nas on there and like Slick Rick and all those people, and I was like, damn, all these like classic hip hop people are getting on here.
hey, they could have gone out on the show too because they have a song with J Balvin. So
That's true, and that song is actually really popular right now.
yeah,
Surprisingly, it's gotten them back on the charts, and I was
yes,
like, when I read it, I was like, huh?
right. I was like,
I read that and I was like, huh? And I saw how many views it had on YouTube, and I was like, what the fuck? How have I never heard this song?
I remember that video popped up. I was like, oh, listen to this new song from Black Eyed Peas, J Balvin. What?
And I had to give them credit for like doing the song mostly in Spanish. I was like giving them a lot of credit.
That's
Like they
true.
put in some effort.
I
It
love.
wasn't cheap like back in the day where they would like use a phrase and like that was it.
Oh man, I mean, I still don't love or I don't like Black Eyed Peas much, but this song it's okay. It was alright.
It proves that they can have a hit without Fergie. That's the thing. That's what
Oh
it
yeah,
proves.
That's true. Fergie.
Because everyone was all getting all mad about. I can't tell you how many comments I read about people in the Black Eyed Peas going, "Yeah, this album's okay, but where's Fergie?"
I never heard anyone say that ever.
I know that nobody wants to say that out loud, but I read so many comments when the new album came out.
Where's Fergie?
This is better with Fergie. I was like,
No.
you guys are just saying this because you're nostalgic. Come on.
Yeah.
Because literally nobody checked in for Fergie's new album. Nobody checked in for that. It did not sell 4 million like Fergalicious did. Fuck no, it did not. It failed.
Hey, where was she? She didn't sing the national anthem this year. I'm disappointed.
No, yeah. Ah, God, that performance was. I watched it and I got so disappointed in Ludacris for defending it on TRL. He was like, "Where I was standing, it was sounding great." I'm like, "You're a bitch. Don't do that. don't be standing up for this. You did a terrible job."
It's ridiculous.
He played it safe. He gave a safe answer. He was like, "Well, it sounded good to
me." But see, that audience should have been more pissed about that than this shit. Like,
I know, that's what I'm so like shocked about. I'm like, why is nobody angry about this?
America. But who are you? Do you have any? Do you want to see for next year to perform?
Okay, so the dream would be absolutely Kendrick Lamar, but that's never gonna happen.
Dude, that would be great.
They're not gonna do it because would cause too much controversy. That's the problem. So the dream right now, I would say, who would be the dream? I would say The Weeknd. He's like safe enough where they could do it, and it would work.
I can see that.
But I don't know. I'd have to think more in depth about that, about an artist that I'd really want, because you have to have somebody who's like makes good music and like can be played on the radio, but like isn't like a sellout. You know, that's pretty hard today's music people. And maybe they can pick somebody old, like maybe they can finally do Outkast or something, because I know they turned it down like years ago.
But you think people would know them much to want to see that right now?
The thing is, because I went to the 20th anniversary of Outkast and it was sold out, like the tour for it. So I think the audience is still there.
Okay.
I think they just don't want to do it. They don't want to shorten their songs. That's the thing. They could do it. They would get views, definitely, most definitely. It's not like Justin Timberlake where it's like, I love him, but no. When he tried to like crowbar all the new songs, I was like, no.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he did the Super Bowl too.
He did a lot of newer ones. He did a lot of them.
Yeah, he did a lot. Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it longer than this one?
It was slightly longer. He got more leeway. They gave him more time. They gave him a longer set list.
See, that's some bullshit, man.
That's because he's a classic artist. I'm like, he's made some pretty good music, but his latest album kind of was lacking. It was, yeah. I didn't like where he went with it. He tried to combine country with hip hop. I didn't really like that. I mean, the song with Chris Stapleton's pretty good. Oh, that's another person who could easily do the Super Bowl. He's easily marketable, but he's a great singer. He could totally kill it.
For
Absolutely.
Sure. But actually, I love your Kendrick Lamar idea. I can see that happening.
That would work. He'd have to do specific songs. That's the thing. That's the only way.
Or he would have to like cut out some words, you know.
It would have to be heavily censored. Like
for sure.
Like, what was that one song he did? They would never do DNA. They'd never let him do it. It's too political. That would never work.
Or
what was that song? He had a big hit. That was his first number one.
Mad City.
Oh my god! If they let him do Mad City, I would clap.
He'll probably get a white girl to sing that some parts.
Pyrus and Crips. They probably got me down by the end of the song. If they let him do that, I would clap. School like to come out and like do the ad libs.
See, I can see that happening because imagining that Mad City song with like some cool choreography, like it can go down
Because
pretty
they
well.
already did that live, and it was amazing. And it was like, oof. I'm glad the Grammys let him do all that stuff because I was like, wow, these are like good set pieces, and he's clearly saying what he wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's putting it across his message, like, yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, like 100%. No, like, not sugarcoating it. Like he's saying exactly what he wants to say.
Exactly. I think yeah, he would be great, but I think the first one that will come out, not that I will want it, but I think the first one that I will get it will be Post Malone, dude.
I, I'm gonna say something very controversial. You like Post Malone? All right, hiding.
What do you say?
I kind of like his music actually.
I mean, well,
Well, let me get into specifics because I don't like his first album. I don't like that at all.
okay,
I don't like the hip hop album that he made. I thought it was very bad.
no.
There's some good hits off of it, but it was kind of sounded mostly like a mixtape. And I
Mm-hmm.
like more of his stuff like Sunflower, like more experimental kind of stuff like that. That's like
Yeah.
more laid back. I also like his song with Ozzy Osbourne. His newest album to me was really good.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it was
that song
more
with
rock
Aussie.
album. Circles was a great song. It was like a really good pop song. Like
Yeah, like
seasons change, but I'm running in circles. It's really good melodic song. It's a really good melody to it.
yeah,
I think
he
his writing has gotten a lot better than it used to be, and I understand he's been called a cultural appropriation person. That's
for sure.
debatable. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just will he stick with this for?
I think so. He's sticking with it. He's done 2 albums of like strictly like combining rock with rap and everything. So I don't know. I think he's continuing with it. He's
Hmm.
been sticking with it lately. Like every feature and everything that he's done, it's
Mm-hmm.
always been singing now. Like he has not done a lot of rapping anymore. He doesn't. He's like doing this like kind of like rap rock thing, which I guess is what he's always been into apparently.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll
it's
see.
actually it's working out better for him because I do like his recent stuff right now. It's very
It's
interesting.
it's more different. I like that
Mm-hmm.
about it because I tried to get into his first album and
Ugh,
I just didn't like a lot of it. A
no, I
lot of
could.
it was kind of like it was like what's the word corporate and
Mm-hmm.
having Justin Bieber on the album was kind of bad. I didn't really like
Uh,
this. It was I tried to chug through the whole album and I had to do it three
not worth it.
times.
It's not worth it. It's like I try to get
He
into
doesn't
it,
even
but
do any songs off that album anymore.
no.
That's the funny thing. He barely does any of them. Like he'll do Rockstar, which is maybe lyrically not the best song, but like it's pretty catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Like what he
It
does with
is,
it.
but that's why I think that's why I see him doing the Super Bowl first out of
It
these
could
other two.
work. I think it could work, and it
I
would be
think
better
so.
if he brought out people that he featured. I would like that if he did that.
And he might. I think he might. But
I'd hope so. Because he's featured a lot of good musicians that aren't getting enough like attention, like DaBaby and stuff like that. Which
mhm.
that's another person I could see DaBaby doing it. He's like a marketable artist who's like really popular right now, or somebody like Chance the Rapper. Like that's a safe pick,
Mhm.
and like I know not everybody likes him, but I
I'm
think
one
he's
of
a pretty
those.
decent artist. Yeah, I know not everybody like. I don't think he's a perfect artist. I think his earlier stuff is way better than his later stuff.
I gotta
I'm
listen
one
to
of
his
the
early stuff then.
God. I mean, I think he kind of sold out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he got a little corporate, like you said. Got a
He
little.
did. That's the thing, and he's like being neutral about Kanye, and I don't like that. He's
Ah,
apologizing about it, and I'm like,
don't.
just stick
No.
to which position you feel on this man. Come on. Although I will say, "Same Drugs" is a fantastic love song about like two people like loving each other, and then like realizing that they don't love each other and have the same feelings anymore. I think it was a very mature track actually off of his mixtape.
Okay. I gotta listen to it then.
If you're gonna listen to it, don't listen to the streaming version. Go to the YouTube version. That's the actual like good one.
What's wrong with the streaming version?
For some reason, the streaming version like removes the female singer, and to me, when they remove the girl singing the part about her telling her side of the story, I feel like it kind of like makes it not as good because like I feel like if you're listening to like him sing first, like telling his side, and then her saying her side, like it makes it like more emotionally like packed. Well, like when it's just him singing it, it's like it's still good, but it's not like great like when you're listening to two sides.
Okay.
And John Legend's feature is pretty cool in it. I like his feature.
John Legend in anything is good.
He's not like it's super like heavy in the track, but he's in the background and he's like heavily in there in the end.
Okay, you sold me on it. You sold me on it a little bit.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, Chance the Rapper, when he tries, he can make a really great song. But like, as far as an album, oh my god, The Big Day, I could not get through it. I tried. I was like, it was feature after feature, and every feature was like bad and bad. I'm like, Death Cab for Cutie, really? Like, they're not even relevant anymore. What the fuck? Why did he have to feature them like in the first track? I was like, seriously, dude? Come on, man. I get he's a fan and everything, but like, come on.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I haven't been sold on him, but I'll try him out. I'll try him out.
Yes, some of the music he's made is like pretty good, but some of it, it's not everybody's thing. Like acid rap is like not for everybody because he made that all on acid. So it's like you'll either love it or you'll hate it. That's the thing.
Here's a question: do you think he'll do a show, or would Tyler the Creator do a show before him?
Oh, that's the thing. Like if they were gonna make Tyler the Creator do it, they'd most likely have him do his newer material because they could do it.
Safer.
I could see that. Because Igor is like, it's a much more cleaner album than his older stuff.
Oh, for sure.
His older stuff is like, I'm a fucking walking paradox, threesome with the Triceratops. I'm like, hold the phone there.
Like, no.
Not how that works. Hold on. But now he's like making like breakup songs and everything, and like it's actually mature what he's saying, and like this gets into the discussion of also like that album he made was not rap, and that confused me at the Grammys. I was a little confused about that, and even when he accepted the award, he was like, I mean, I'm happy to get this, but like, I'm not. This isn't a rap album, man.
No.
What the fuck? But yeah, he's a much more safer artist now than he was back then.
Like I feel he's transcended.
He got like famous by accident on this album. He didn't intend that. Like he just wanted to make a breakup album, and like in a character, like it was a character that he was doing, like to like express his feelings, and it was like people loved it, and it seemed to like transcend to the popular crowd. People ended up like actually liking it, and it was like a big surprise for him.
Yeah, like he's huge. Like he's always been big, but now he's like immensely.
The thing is, he's always been like underground famous, where like he sells a lot of records, but he's never gotten like a top 40 hit. That's never happened.
No.
And then like it started to kind of like happen for his last album before this. Like he finally got on the Billboard, and people were like, "Oh, look at that, Tyler's on the Billboard." But then like when he made this album, it like skyrocketed to like number 5 Billboard, and people were like, "Damn." Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and I'm so happy for him. He deserves it a lot.
If you get the chance, I would say listen to Igor. It's a pretty good album. Like, just like you might like have a problem with some of the like reverbs on the album and some of the voice effects, but otherwise, like lyrically, it's really like he's opening up a lot about his life, and I respect that. What he says, some of the features might be hit or miss for you as well. Like Playboy Cardi's on a song, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
Okay. Never heard of
this. Like, body, bro, ever, and she weak, and that's not even what he's saying. That's what it sounds like he's saying. And I looked up the words, and I was like, really? That's what he's saying?
Was he saying something completely different?
Oh, yes. That was not at all what he was saying. He's one of those rappers who, like, usually sounds fine on a track, but, like, you think he's saying a different word than what he's actually saying. It's so weird.
I gotta check it out. I'll. How many songs is it on the album?
Jeez, I think it's like a little bit more than 15. I don't think the tracks are very long. I think they're 2 to 3 minutes.
No, I like
I
a
don't
lengthy album.
I don't think it's a very aesthetically. I don't think it's a very. Let me double check before processing. Double checking. Hold on.
Because I do like lengthy albums that have like 15, 14. I always appreciate those.
Let's see. Let me go to the info here. It is only 39 minutes long, and yeah. Okay, yeah. No, it's only 12 tracks.
Okay. It's not bad.
I will say, check out Flower Boy. That's the one he did before this, and that one's kind of more of a rap album, but he does a little bit of singing on that one as well. Okay. And I do respect him for that one as well. That one's more of a rap. If he went for that as a rap album, I'd be like, that's fine. There's a lot of rap songs on this one, but this one's more of him singing, and it combines rap music, but like it's more of like a hip hop type of like combination than like rapping. It's different than that. It's not just rap.
So he's not the same as he used to be in the beginning. Because I didn't like his early stuff.
Absolutely, this album is a lot more mature than like his early stuff.
Yeah,
he's kind of like like unfortunately like rest in peace Mac Miller. He's kind of like him who's like aging with his music. Like he's aging like physically as well with his music. Okay. Like as also as a person. Like he's actually maturing and like writing a lot better material now, and I always appreciate artists like that who like actually start to make better music as they age more.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that because I thought he was forcing that personality of like, oh look at me, I'm crazy and I'm saying
the thing is he was very young when he did a lot of that. That wasn't being forced. Like that's how he was just had a persona, and like he was young and he didn't have any like authority figures telling him what to do. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, and he became friends with all those people and like had a group Odd Future, and it was a very interesting thing. Like I was a fan of all that stuff, and I don't hate any of that music now. Like it was a product of the time, so like I can't hate on any of it, but I do look at it and go, no, this is not as good as his newer music, but I still enjoy it, for what it is.
Well, because
he admits he was immature. He wasn't like he didn't like say that he's not grown either. He admits it.
Yeah, I guess I just couldn't stand him sometimes. I was like, ugh, come on.
Yeah, I'd say watching the interviews is not a good idea to know him as a person.
Yeah, no.
It's not a good idea because he's trying to play a character version of himself.
Exactly.
So it's not. I will say the Narwhal interviews. I don't know if you ever watched Narwhal or not, but those are some pretty funny interviews. Like he gives people shit. It's really funny.
I mean, he cracks me up sometimes. I would say that he's also funny, but it's just I thought he was forcing something personality.
No, I don't think it's a forcing thing because it's a character. Because like I've seen people like talk about him when they met him, and he like talks normal to them, and like he he acknowledges him as a person and shit. So it's a character that he was playing. I think it was he played I think the character he was playing was a goblin. That was the character he played a lot.
Yeah.
And, him being exaggerated.
Yeah, and that teacher character that he did.
Yeah, that's right. And then he had like a sketch for a while. He had like
the Loiter Squad.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird time in Adult Swim.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
I get why they accepted it, but it's a hit or miss show. The thing is, sketch comedy is like subjective. Somebody will find it funny, and I won't find it funny. There's some good moments on it, like the Ice JJ Fish episode is pretty funny. That's a really fun. Yeah, they did a song together as a joke, but Ice JJ Fish was taking it seriously.
Oh, I love it.
It's so funny. It's like weird. Like they really like got him for the episode. It was weird. He's literally singing a song about, I'm so happy. I'm on so many drugs, fucking bitches. I'm like, I don't think he's joking about this. I don't think he is.
I don't know if he.
Because the joke is that Tyler the Creator's playing a gangster rapper. And it's like, I don't know if Ice JJ Fish is joking about this stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he had a grasp of what the hell was going on.
Oh man, it's so weird to know that Ice JJ Fish shot a music video in Austin. That's a weird little fact.
He did?
Yeah, that one video that like got him popular was shot in Austin. Like he shot that.
His first video?
There's something. Yeah, that was shot in Austin. I found out. I found out where he shot that. It was a weird location. I found it, and it's really weird. I'll have to show you when I come down.
Okay,
where it's at.
Yeah, because I thought that was like in the East Coast or something.
Oh, like I didn't. That's because like Corey and them like brought it up. Like I was like, oh, I've seen this place. It's in Austin, and they were gonna try and get him on the show, and like apparently like he flew there to like shoot it there.
Well, I had to see this video again because I didn't recognize any of the areas that he was in.
I think it's in a weird place where I don't think it's by downtown. That's the thing. I think it's in like a weird area. I think like part of it's like shot by downtown, but like yeah, I don't know. It's a weird video. It's a weird thing that happened in the internet.
No, it's weird. I mean, because he goes to the woods at some point of the video. Like, what the fuck is this?
I love it how the actress is taking it completely seriously, and I think he's trying to be serious, but he comes off as goofy and silly. It's weird.
I love Ice JJ Fish so much.
It's so uncomfortable of a music video.
Oh, it's very. Yeah, because he looks like he was trying to like, get with her or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of like you start wanting to hashtag me too the music video.
Right. I was like, what?
Did Harvey Weinstein like instruct him on what to do? What's going on?
That was just uncomfortable to watch, but at the same time, I love seeing him. He's just entertains me to no end.
He's still around too. It's weird. Like I checked this YouTube channel, he's still around. And I'm like,
yeah, he still releases a lot of music. I'm like,
he even like was in a music video with like Faith Evans and like Missy Elliott, and I was like, oh, serious artists actually like feature this guy? Obviously, he wasn't on the song, but he was in the music video as a joke. He was like trying to sing for them, and it was weird.
Okay, so I was like, cue up the music with Elliot right now because I want to hear the song he did.
It was a Faith Evans song apparently that they did.
Okay.
Yeah, Faith Evans is like one of those people who like somehow hasn't grasped how to like still be famous now. But like Missy Elliott is like, I don't know how she does it, but like she seems to somehow still be relevant. So that's kind of weird for her. But I like music though. She's pretty good.
Yeah, everyone's coming back. She came back last year, and I was like, okay, you know what? Who else is coming back?
Somehow she's like looking better than she ever did in the 90s. What's going on, man?
I don't know.
What is going on, man? Like,
it's bizarre.
She's like nearly middle-aged, and somehow she looks like she's 20.
Well, she has that Will Smith syndrome, man. Everyone looks good when they got older.
Right. Is that what I was about to say something about Lizzo, but I'm like, I don't want to like cause controversy in the comments here.
No.
I was like, no,
no.
Queen, no.
Let's not get into that. No.
No. But I do like some of Lizzo's music, though. To be honest with you, I think her story's pretty interesting. She actually she was discovered by Macaulay Culkin. Actually, I found out because like I listened to his podcast and like apparently he discovered her and it was weird and he like had her on tour and everything and now she's like mega famous. It's weird to like
Kevin McAllister found her.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that weird? Because like Macaulay Culkin was doing his music thing. I guess he found her and like had her as a backup singer. It was weird to like hear them talk about it. I was like, wow.
I never expected that connection ever.
And like I listened to the podcast and he's like, well, yeah, now you're not my like little secret. It's like, wow, yeah, that's weird to think about. She was trying to get famous for years, and like now she's like,
she's
you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere without hearing her music now.
Oh man, she's a He's an icon right now.
I know she's still so controversial too with all the things she's doing. I get it. I understand. I understand. The whole basketball game thing was. I was like, okay,
yeah.
come on, man. There are kids here. Don't do that.
No. Wait, she did something in the basketball game?
Yeah, what happened was is she was wearing she was wearing like these like shorts that were super cut off, so you could like see her like butt all the way through, basically.
Wait, think
Obviously,
about.
without the butthole, of course, but
Oh, wait, think about Lizzo.
yeah, like Lizzo like did that. Like she like was at I can't remember what basketball game she was at, but like yeah, Double Toasted talked about this too, like how
Oh
she
yeah.
was
Oh, I
like
thought, I thought you were talking about Missy Elliott.
no, oh, whoops. Did you think I was talking about Missy Elliott the whole time?
I was like, wait a minute, what did Missy Elliott did this? I missed that.
That would be the best story in the world if Macaulay Culkin discovered her. It was like that'd be so weird. That'd be weird.
But no, yeah, the Lizzo thing. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, I get it. I get why people. I think people had a problem because she's not the
No,
body type
okay.
like.
I do want to get into specifics. Like, no, I think Lizzo is like. I know some people are not going to agree with me right now. I think she's a very very beautiful looking woman. I have absolutely zero problem with her size. I don't care about that. She looks fine. Like, it's nothing to do with that. It's just I thought she was in the worst environment to try and do that. Like, there are plenty of kids that had a basketball game and they showed them on the camera, and I'm like, whoa, don't like twerk with if she was twerking, like that'd be fine. But the fact
Yeah,
that she had cut off like shorts, I was like, not the time. Don't do that. Hold on.
Daddy, what is that?
But I'm like, I guess a lot of kids were made mans today,
Hey
apparently.
man, a lot of kids grew up that night. They're like,
I
whoa.
guess they did. It's that whole meme of, and Gerald knew that Xbox didn't matter anymore.
My X what?
It's like,
I don't need to play games anymore.
I don't need to play games no more. Damn, we've been talking for 2 hours, man. That's insane. Look at that. The time just flew by, man. Look at all
Yeah,
that.
2 hours, man. It was
Holy
nothing.
shit. Damn. I feel like we can start our own little podcast now.
Hey, we can do that, dude. Anytime.
Holy shit. Is there anything else you want to like? Oh, yeah. You said that you watched the Bad Boys 3, correct?
Oh
Watched
yes,
some Bad
sir.
Boys for Life. Oh,
Bad Boys for life,
man, talk about a surprise hit for January.
dude.
Like, how?
I
Like,
I watched that movie thinking like, you know what? It might be good, but not great. But I was very pleasantly surprised. That was very good.
like, I didn't expect there to be dramatic moments. That's the thing that caught me off guard.
No,
Was like,
because I didn't expect something I really appreciated in this movie that they didn't really do in the first two was
oh, absolutely not.
focus more on characters.
No, they did. They did a better job of
Yeah,
that. I thought they did.
they
Because
did a
like
story.
The Michael Bay movies are like okay for what they are. Like
Yeah.
visually, they're fine, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
like story structure wise and comedic moments, I, I don't know. The jokes they gave them weren't very good. Like the whole rat
No.
thing was stupid. I thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, as far as like like a time capsule for those movies, they're fine, but they're not great. Like this movie was great. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, I will be the first to say that the first movie, I don't think it's a good movie. I think,
yeah, after watching those two again, I was like,
yeah,
yeah.
especially like, dude, I don't know, it's a controversial opinion, but I even thought Will Smith was not good in that movie either. I think it's his first movie, right? If
I,
I'm not correct.
oh no, absolutely not. No, this was like one of the things that like got him popular though. That was like
Yeah,
one of the first things that got him to like start up. Yeah,
he was just not. He wasn't very good. I
that was
thought.
one of his movies where like he was putting in his like C game effort. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
there, but he wasn't like trying. like somehow I give Martin Lawrence more credit. Like,
yeah, it was really Martin's movie for sure. That was his movie. Like he even got top billing in that movie. I remember
the thing, because like I didn't expect Martin Lawrence to have such a big like plot, like have so much like plot like continuity. Like I didn't expect them to have him as a main character. I was like,
yeah, because there were parts that even Will Smith wasn't in it, and I was like, is this a Bad Boys movie, right?
I think they were filming like Independence Day during that. I don't quote me on that. I think that's what they were doing. That's why
what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought I was like, there's some scheduling conflicts in here. It looks like,
that's why Bad Boys 2 had more of both of them. Which I do say Bad Boys 2 has more comedic moments than the first one, because like that whole scene with the "How old are you" segment. As much as I don't love that movie altogether, that's a funny thing that they call back in the third movie too. Like,
I love that.
The fact that they got that same actor made me
right?
laugh out loud. I was like, yes!
It blew me away. People like screaming and hollering, like, "Oh my god, it's him!" And it made me so happy to see him again.
I love him in that scene though. Like he's just like he's really acting like a kid that's scared. He's like, I'm 15. It's not like the acting is bad. Like he's actually acting like he's scared of them.
Yeah, because apparently, like he got like traumatized by that.
They ad-libbed that scene. Apparently, they didn't tell him what was gonna happen.
Yeah, he was like traumatized by it. I was like, holy shit, I feel so sorry for that kid. But it was funny.
Good to see him back in this movie. And I was like,
no, it was great to see him, and one of the biggest cameos I never expected. It was great. Was Michael Bay.
That was a weird cameo where I was like, I was cool with it, but I was like, oh, so he's gonna be in Bad Boys 3, but not Bumblebee. Okay, I see how it is. I'm like, he's mad that they took Transformers away from him, but he's like, oh yes, Bad Boys, I'm back here. Hello, guys.
Yeah, like
he was fine for what he had to do. He wasn't bad at all what he had to. I mean, it's not very long. You don't get a lot of dialogue from him, but like it was super like insane to see him like pop out and like come out and be like, hey guys, I'm back. Bye.
I just did not expect him, and it was cool, and because I thought my impression was that he wanted nothing to do with this movie. I thought he was
apparently he was originally going to direct it in like 2015, and then they like he expressed that he wanted to do other movies apparently, like on Netflix and stuff. Which, if you haven't seen Six Underground,
I recommend it.
I never recommend illegal drugs, but if you have cocaine on you and you want to watch that movie, have at it, because damn, I've not personally done it, but I've been told it's a great experience.
Well, I say, man, I haven't done drugs, but it felt like I did heroin that night watching that movie.
I will say I was inebriated with like a couple little. I know that it's not manly to say this, but White Claws. I had a couple White Claws and watched it, and I was like,
"You nasty!"
Wow. I know. Okay, I like seltzer. All right, get off me. I don't mind it. Okay, from time to time.
But yeah, like his cameo kind of surprised me. It was cool, and I really liked the emotion. Like, dude, there were some dramatic moments in this movie that just caught me.
There's two moments in the movie specifically where I'm like, I got tricked into thinking that something bad happened. Or that something good was gonna happen. And like I was like, whoa, hold up. Did the movie just trick me with the score?
Yeah.
I think it did just twice, and I was like, damn, that was smart actually.
There was like 3 twists in the movie that just caught me off guard. I did not. I mean, the first twist, I should have seen it coming.
The first one was maybe like the weakest one, but it's not a bad twist. But the second,
it wasn't bad. The second one was like, what movie is this?
Damn! When they did it, I was like,
oh wow! Fuck. I didn't expect to feel like that. I was like, am I really feeling this?
Because they made me feel like I was gonna have like that person particularly, and I was like, ooh. Oh damn.
But I actually applaud them for taking risks, which a lot of movies and sequels don't like to do, especially
Yeah,
for directors that come out for a property though it's not theirs, and
right.
to actually
And
be like, you know what, we're gonna
this
do
movie was
this.
10 years 17 years specifically since the second one came out. So
Wow,
to see
17
both of
years
them on
ago.
the screen, yeah, I know, right? Isn't it insane to hear that?
Yes. Oh wow.
And to think this movie has a $90 million budget and they've already made 200 million and it's still out in theaters.
Dude, and
Like
I'm so happy.
how much money are they gonna make off of this? Like, is this gonna be Jumanji 3 level? Like
I
five
don't
hundred
know.
million? I think maybe.
People are expecting this movie to be the next Fast and the Furious. That's what people are
The thing is,
anticipating.
I feel like the executives already knew this was gonna be a hit because they were already in talks to do a third and a fourth one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think they knew it, and like they chose the perfect time because Will Smith, debatably, however you feel about Aladdin, just came off of a success from that. That was
Mm-hmm.
a $1 billion franchise movie. Like people were like, "Oh yeah, we love Will Smith again," and then this movie comes out, and it's like, "Damn, he's killing it again."
And he was
Obviously,
so funny.
he was though. He was
It was
very fun. They
hilarious.
Martin Lawrence and him like,
Oh, they're
like bounce
great.
off of each other pretty well. But the dramatic moments they have together are like,
Was
damn.
great too.
I was surprised. I was like, damn, are you guys going for an Oscar here?
Yeah,
I feel like that's what's going on here.
and I appreciated. Taking some serious moments, not going full Michael Bay with it. Like, hey, let's focus on story and character.
Like, yeah. And they even make a joke about like how this is some real telenovela shit, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
suppose that's a good comparison.
yeah. This especially. Oh my god, some things they put in this movie. I was like, yeah, this is some television shit. But
As somebody who doesn't really watch them religiously, but I've caught in them sometimes, I'm like, yeah, it is that kind of level that I love that they're mentioning that.
it's even good. And I also, what do you think about the new kids that put in the movie? Do you thought they were
You
good,
know what?
unnecessary?
I thought the ammo guys. At first, I expected to hate them from the trailer because I
Me
was
too.
like, "Oh, they're doing the High School Musical thing where they're like referencing that." I'm like, "No, you know what? All the actors put in a really good effort,
Yeah.
and I know that they're not the center part of the story, but what we do get to know about them, I feel like we get to know them very well without like, having a story arc where one of the characters goes off. No, they don't do that. Like they
Hmm.
let you know what like their flaws are and what their positives are without like getting too much into them. You get to know every character one by one in like a good fashion way of like good story structure and pacing. And
Hmm.
that's what I like.
Oh yeah, I liked them. I thought they were kind of unnecessary because they didn't contribute
Uh,
much if you think about it.
yeah, I'm aware that they're kind of just there to save the day, but you know what?
Yeah, but I like them.
They put a good setup for the sequel though with them. So
You think
I'm
they're coming
already
back?
probably most likely. I
I
think
mean,
so.
probably. I thought it was ridiculous the whole ammo idea. Like Miami PD has a budget to make a whole bunker.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. It's some 21 Jump Street shit. I know.
It was
I know.
ridiculous.
I know. I know. I know. It's not. Hey, it's a comedy. They're not supposed to take it
Yeah,
seriously all the way. I get it.
but then again, it's a Miami where they keep making the worst public damage of all
Exactly.
time, and they still police. I'm
I'm
like,
like, we haven't even gotten into how Will Smith is just crazy in this movie.
oh, dude,
Like,
that
you're
guy.
supposed. The thing is, you're sympathetic with him, but you're like, his character
He,
is crazy, and they admit it because he's like, he's joking about not wanting to go to therapy at all. I'm like, that might be a good idea though.
yeah,
After everything you've gone through, yeah,
they're
you
both
fell in
crazy
love with
because
a witch and like all this shit. Like,
no,
wow.
he's fucking nuts. Especially in the second movie, like Martin is also kind of crazy, but it's
But
always Will
he's like,
Smith.
the thing is, Martin's character is like, nah, man, like I've done some evil things. Like he's admitting it. Like
Hmm.
he's like he's basically gone to therapy. Like they imply it heavily because he's like, I want to get done with this, man. Like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to stop hurting people. I want to like live my life with my my kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Smith is just like, nah, man. I mean, he doesn't straight up say he wants to fuck bitches and shit, but he's like, nah, I'm enjoying the single life. It's not like exaggerated in the first two, where like he's like, yeah, I want to fuck. God, this is the first movie where he's like straight up looking at a girl's tits, and I'm like, oh, come on, man.
No.
You're like, come on.
But he's psychotic. He's very crazy. Like he admits he wants to kill people, not arrest them, but I want to kill a person.
Like,
okay.
I want to talk about the DJ Khaled cameo. Like, talk about a good performance by him. Actually, that was
right.
The biggest
surprise.
I was like, damn, he's actually acting. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like wow.
And I looked it up because DJ Khaled's from like Florida, so I was like, oh, that makes sense why he's in this movie. Okay. Like I was like, damn. Like, but what Will Smith does to DJ Khaled's character is ridiculous. Like he starts smacking him with a meat cleaver and like shit, and I'm like, hold on. And he calls him out. He's like, what are you doing? That's not what cops do.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I know, but I don't care. And I'm like, how do you still have a job right now? I don't understand. Like, how are you still a police officer?
This is the movie universe where you can do that and get away with it.
I guess so.
This is why I kind of appreciate 21 Jump Street for at least having a joke about the Miranda rights, because I hate to say it, there's no point where they say the Miranda rights. I did notice that.
Ever.
That was the only flaw I could think about. I'm like, wait, where's the Miranda rights for the people who get arrested? I'm like, wait a minute, he saves his son and he's obviously going to prison because he killed people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say that,
But they don't care. Like this Miami world that they live in is so ludicrous, but I adore it. It's so nuts.
I still love that joke at the beginning where they're like, don't worry, white people, we're black and we're cops. I was like, oh, that's so funny.
But one part that I was like, at the first it didn't make sense, but now I thought, wait, it's Florida. This is normal. The part where a body just falls on top of Barton's car. Remember that part?
Yeah, that was a funny scene though.
It was funny.
Like he's getting a phone call.
Like it was funny, but nobody around. Bystanders were walking by and like nothing, no reactions.
I feel like it's Florida, so like the area in Florida that they're supposed to be in is like crime ridden, but like kind of like updated, so like people are just kind of like minding their own business. They're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna look.
Yeah, I thought, it's Florida. This is a normal Thursday. I get it.
Because they've done that throughout all three of them, basically. They're like, oh, nothing's going on.
But I just thought, am I seriously watching this? Like nobody's doing anything or freaking out. People are like,
it's a cliche in movies that's happened. And God, I can't remember what movie it was with Michael Keaton, but like he's like, I don't know. It was like some movie where like he was like training this guy to like become a spy or something. And in that movie, they were like, fuck the cliche of not killing people. We're going to run over pedestrians and shit and shoot people by accident. And I was like, that movie wasn't very good, but like that was the one thing where I was like, well, shit, they're acknowledging that people die.
I just thought it was funny. I was like,
that's been a cliche in movies. I suppose they're making fun of the whole cliche that people in Florida don't pay attention.
I guess so. I was like, hey, it's Florida. I get it.
Because there was a guy in Florida who was just straight up biting people, and like people were ignoring it.
Yeah, it's normal there.
They were like, fuck that shit. We're done. We're out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm convinced Florida is another... It's like they're experimenting over there. I don't know what's going on in Florida.
Man, when I saw that article, I thought, oh shit, let me get my bat Resident Evil started.
Shit. Florida's nuts, man. But I also appreciated what they did with Martin's character in this movie. Because in the first movie, he was like prime Martin Lawrence from from his TV show and all that.
Correct.
And the second movie, he was like a little slow. He was, I don't know, I don't think he was into it that much, but I saw the natural progression where he went from crazy Martin to like pacifist Martin.
Obviously, they paid him a lot more to try.
Yeah.
Clearly, there was a paycheck involved because he put more effort in.
Yeah, it's like I felt like he actually wanted to do this movie, unlike the second movie. So
clearly, he must have gotten along with the directors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What I find very strange about Martin Lawrence in this movie compared to Will Smith is, it's weird because certain scenes Martin Lawrence looks pretty good in this movie. He looks pretty good in some angles, and then whenever they go front on his face, I don't know what's up with the camera, but like. It's a really good like resolution camera they use, but like for some reason his face looks bigger, and I don't know what it is. It's like even like it's not like the CGI shots either. It's like him at a bar or something, so it's weird. And speaking of that, I heard complaints about the CGI, and I don't know what they're talking about. Like I didn't notice any of it.
Yeah, me either. I didn't notice.
Minus the guns in the third act, that was about it.
Yeah. That third act was very video game-ish.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, it was. And one complaint from that third act is because like there were some serious moments, like stuff with his son and all that stuff, but they tried to cram in Martin Lawrence in every moment they could, and I was like,
yeah, they tried to put some comedy in there, and some of it's like some of the jokes are funny, but like. Yeah, it's a lot of misses in that moment. There's a lot of misses.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't need him all the time trying to do a joke in that scene where we're trying to, progress the story there.
It evens out. He gets a little serious towards the end about the whole like thing that they're going on. It ends up like evening out a little bit.
It does, and I really love that relationship with him and Will Smith. I think it's just really sweet.
It's clear that they had chemistry that they wanted to show on screen. They've been friends for a while, and they've been trying to get this off the bat since 2015, and like struggling. Like Michael Bay was attached at first, and then like he quit, and they were struggling to find directors for a while. They were struggling.
And I'm glad these
two guys did it. And I'm glad they did because these guys did a really good job.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it's actually making a lot of money and breaking the January curse, it seems.
Seems like it. It's apparently the Bad Boys curse. People thought this movie was gonna be shit, and like, they were surprised. Like, even critics were like, "Damn, this movie's actually good."
Yeah, this movie's actually pretty good. But and also I'm kind of worried because I love the relationship in this movie, but what they set up for what seems to be the fourth movie, I'm not excited about it. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, with the way and the characters that are still alive, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, but
yeah, and especially like the mid-credit scene. I'll say
we say this, but 22 Jump Street wasn't actually a bad sequel, so who knows? Like, they could do the same thing here.
It's just the thing I'm worried about is that I don't. Spoilers, I guess. Like, how they...
Yeah, no, we'll put warning at the beginning that we're spoiling stuff.
Okay. Because, the end, he sees his son, and he was like, hey, you want to work with me? And the son is like, he put a face like, sure. So I don't want to see a movie where it's Will Smith and his son. That's not Bad Boys for me. That's a different movie.
That's like, Fast and the Furious right there.
That's right. That's right there.
That's literally what it is. They're literally copying Fast and the Furious with that part. They're like, yeah, you want to get out of here? All right.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, that's not Bad Boys then. I want to see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, not Will Smith and this other guy who I barely met in the movie.
What? We'll see. Maybe they might have a good enough script where it might not actually suck.
Maybe.
They might surprise us.
I might feel they're gonna go with the trope that Martin Lawrence will be the character that he's gonna be in the sidelines and be like, hey, say some jokes, then he's gone for the rest of the movie, then comes back, then he's gone.
I don't think they would do that though, because like they're both like now like main characters in the franchise. now. So I'm like,
I hope
I
they
hope
don't.
they wouldn't do that because they gave them both equal screen time. So like,
I
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it will be fun if it's like they train his son to be like the next bad boy. I don't know.
It's
Something
just
like
kind of
that.
like the whole Kylo Ren thing in like Star Wars. I'm like,
Ugh.
you like kill a lot of people. Why are you in love with him? Poor Finn over here, man.
Oh,
He ain't kill nobody. He even stopped, and Rey's like, "Mwah, I love Kylo." And
and
I'm a little bit of a defender of the last, not the Last Jedi. Sorry, not not that one.
Skywalker.
No, not the Rise of Skywalker. No,
Don't
that's a
piss
whole
off
other
people.
thing. I don't mind the Rise of Skywalker. I think it's like a decent Star Wars movie, but it's not the best.
Oh,
Like,
no, of
there's
course.
problems with. And
And,
Palpatine's kind of just there to be Palpatine, and wow, we got off into Star Wars. Oops.
You're gonna piss off
But
people.
I couldn't help making the comparison because like it kind of feels like the same thing.
No, I get you. It's just I don't know. We'll see how they'll go in with this, but also like, but it's a little nitpicky. But it's like my last complaint. It's like I hate how in a lot of movies made here in the U.S. it's like when the people speak Spanish, supposedly native speakers speak Spanish, it sounds so off and unnatural. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Because, like, in this movie, they're supposed to be, like, native Mexican people speaking Spanish,
Right.
but I heard them speak Spanish, but it was like, it sounded like people that were born speaking, raised speaking English and then learned Spanish. It was so weird. And also the only one, because I heard a lot of people saying the same thing. It's like, it's so annoying.
I suppose it's a complaint that I don't have any, like stake in this one. I can't speak on that one.
It's just I've heard in a lot of movies, and this one, it was the last straw. Like, come on, dude, like why did they sound weird? Especially the villain, forgot her name, the witch. Like,
Yeah, I will say I thought her like the way she was speaking was a little bit weird. Like,
yeah, it's just
that seems a little
weird.
exaggerated. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I guess you're supposed to give it a pass because it's the telenovela stuff. So I don't know.
Because
I think that's what they were going with. They were going with an exaggeration villain, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's what they were going for.
I don't know. Because she's very famous in doing telenovelas. She doesn't speak like that at all.
I didn't know that. So like when you tell me that, I'm like, huh. Well, I didn't know that. So yeah.
So that's
very interesting to know.
Yeah, so it's like, why does she speak differently? I don't know. It's just
I think that's just the way they wrote her character, and that's just how she did it, and that's how she perceived the character in her own way.
I don't know. I guess it's more direction, but it's a little thing that irks me. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. I've seen that complaint on a couple of reviews that I read, so I suppose you're not the only one saying that.
No, but it's a little thing. But overall, I loved the movie. I'll say I loved the movie. I loved it, man. It was a lot of fun.
Full price.
I would.
I was surprised that they didn't give this full price. I was like, you guys are like talking so positively about this, and it's a matinee,
Right?
really?
Yeah,
I always find it strange when they do that. It's a little weird to me, but hey, man, that's how they. Well, I guess they said high full price, so
yeah. I give it a just a regular full price, but I want to watch it again. I want to watch it.
No, I've seen this 2 times already in theaters. It's pretty good.
It's just a lot of fun, and I don't know. It's like it's kind of embarrassing to say that's the last movie I've seen so far. Because I know there's a lot of good movies out there, but it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one to have a little pause. But hopefully this week, Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out next week. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
I'm optimistic. The early Twitter reviews for all the people who saw it early who weren't critics were like, I enjoyed it, and I'm like, that makes me a little optimistic. But the fight scene they released was kind of bad, so I don't know.
Well,
That might be That might be like just a fluke though, because I've heard it's pretty good. So who knows?
It might be Bad Boys 3 again. Who knows?
I don't know, man. They got a lot of talented actresses in it, so I'm interested.
It just looks like Harley Quinn the movie.
Yeah, that's I mean, they seem to be going with the aspect of her like trying to get over him. So I'm all game for that if she admits that he's abusive, but I don't know if that's what they're going with.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
I think this is the way to kill off Jared Leto. That's all it is.
Well, as far as I'm aware, that they're not. Jared Leto's gone. They're not doing him.
No, it'd be cool if he did show up. I would love that. I'd hate his Joker, but it'd be cool just for him to show up. Like, hey, and I'm dead.
The thing is, I feel like I didn't get enough time with him as the Joker to understand if he was a good Joker. But as far as his version of him, like I didn't like the tattoos, didn't like the grills. I just didn't like that he was trying to be like a hip hop guy, and I feel like it was kind of cultural appropriation a little bit.
For sure.
I get it.
You did not like his damaged tattoo in his forehead?
No, I hated that. I will say the music they played in his scenes was pretty cool whenever they did play it, but I was like, that's not complimenting him now, is it?
No.
I was like, yeah, that Rick Ross and Skrillex song is pretty cool, but
nothing to do with it.
That music video is fucking weird, man, with Jared Leto on the background. That music video is so weird. Like Rick Ross is like talking about the movie and like Jared Leto's the only actor from the movie in the music video. It's so weird. Man, it's very strange.
That's a strange movie. And this movie kind of reminds me of Suicide Squad late. But hopefully it's not bad like Suicide Squad. Please.
I mean, like they got Mr. Hello here, McGregor, so I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic a little bit. I'm like, if he's in it, Doctor Sleep was pretty good. I liked him in it. He put effort into it.
Oh, he's a great, fantastic actor. So hopefully,
I'm glad he's having a comeback. He was in Christopher Robin. He was in Doctor Sleep. I'm like, he's going back to acting now. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah,
he's Obi-Wan again.
I know they're gonna delay that. I'm sad.
Yeah, but maybe for a good reason. Hopefully,
we'll see. Oh boy. I'm trying to think of something else that we could talk about. This podcast has run its course.
Hey, it's not bad, man. We did like 2 hours, you said?
Damn, yeah. Shoot. Are we almost at the 3-hour mark? Damn. Wow, that time flew by. Wow, it's 2 hours and 50 minutes.
All right, it's not bad. It's almost as long as Double Toaster Show.
Oh man, yeah. I feel like we're stealing their shtick, huh?
Right? Hey, Corey, I'm not stealing your shit. We ain't doing nothing.
Hey, Corey, don't get mad at us.
Don't get mad at us.
Hey, man, no, we love you.
No, just 2 kids doing the show, man. What's up?
Hey, man, we're just trying to become famous like you in the big times. All right, well, let's get out of here, man, because it's getting late.
Yeah, it's getting a little late.
Hope y'all guys enjoy the show. And man, I enjoyed doing it with you. Hopefully I'll see you next week and we can do this again.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know, we can review The Praise of the Birds.
Oh, I think we will. We'll talk about that movie. Well, hopefully if you see it and I see it, I'll definitely see it.
I'll definitely will. I just have to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that next week. So that's what to expect for sure, at least us to discuss next week.
We'll do it.
We're going to get out of here, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.